Hello!
Hello.
Well, this is a very... The party of one began their adventure.
Mm-hmm. Hoping more show up, although it wouldn't be the first time I've DM'd for one player.
Really?
It's happened twice, I think, in my entire career.
Wow.
My home game group is, at its smallest, only ever been like 4 people, I think. And there was a scheduling conflict where 2 people that worked at the same enterprise couldn't join, and then the other person got sick like 20 minutes before. And so while we were listening to him barf in the bathroom, I was like, well, we're here. We've already blocked out this time, might as well just, we'll do a little solo session for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, what else can you do? That was back in the time of in-person D&D.
I remember those days.
I know we're missing Cole tonight because his schedule got rejiggered. Which is a huge bummer.
Yep.
Hey guys.
Hey, Zell.
Good evening. I'm muting for 1 second.
Basics. Good. New profile picture, I see. I can tell it's Gandalf in pink, but I can't tell anything else after that.
Great.
Yeah, no, don't like that.
Was it in our Discord that somebody posted the Betty White meme?
I can't say. Hey, Barbarius.
It's just a meme of Betty White from like the 70s, looking young and vibrant. And it just says, little known fact, she was born Betty the Grey until she defeated the Balrog. Only then did she become Betty the White.
Oh yeah.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Real talk, I've had a headache since Sunday. But other than that, everything's fine.
Is the headache politician?
No, it's
It's just a normal headache.
just pain in my forehead.
Right up.
That being said, exciting news in the Zell household. I get a day off on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
I'm super excited.
What are you gonna do on your day off?
No idea.
Do you know what I do on my day offs?
I'm gonna say sleep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Go to bed at like 7:30, wake up at like 9:30.
Did you say you go to bed at 7:30 and wake up at 9:30?
Correct. 7:30 p.m. Wake up at 9:30 a.m.
I couldn't even do half of the reverse of that.
Like 14 hours.
Yeah. It's great.
Hey, lab.
If I was going to bed at 7:30, I'd wake up at 1.
Hello.
Hello, basics. I missed you all.
Same as you. You're not wrong.
Are you wearing the cool shirt?
Oh, am I? No, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I told you I was gonna wear it on Christmas, and I did. I wear it for all my Christmas pictures.
That sounds fantastic.
I think it's currently dirty because I wore it again after that, and I haven't washed it since.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm gonna give Feisty. I think it's the only one we're missing, right? Because we know we're not having
Dax?
Fernando. Oh, and Dex, yeah.
Hey, it's Dax.
Hey,
Speak of the devil, and you shall appear.
I successfully defeated the Nat boss.
See, that's what we were telling Cole.
Hell
Rest in
yeah.
peace.
It's kind of a grim destiny, though, isn't it? Because defeating the Nat boss means you wake up, I assume.
Yes.
Yes.
It's better than that plus defeating you.
Admitting you don't wake up until morning.
No, you just don't wake up.
Defeat
Well,
by
it depends.
means
It
of
depends
Nat
on how.
boss.
Yeah, it depends on how strong that boss was.
This is the simple tier 1 Nat boss.
Yeah, it's just tier 1. It's just a power nap. Now, if it was like a tier 5 sleep boss, you're in deep shit.
The Nat boss did roll for extra damage, and what was supposed to be an hour turned into an hour and a half.
Nice. Let's not wait any longer because I want to get through some stuff tonight. So we've got everybody except Feisty, who I was expecting, and Cole, who I was not. Previously on D&D. Who wants to get us caught up? Who remembers best what we did?
I did it last week.
All right. Anyone
Things
volunteering?
Fun.
Sounds like you are.
Okay, cool. So, we got through with Mumbles, and he cannon shot us into Eros. That's the name of the city, right? Yeah.
Indeed.
So we landed in what can I only assume is a sewer. We fought our way against magical garbage cans that we maybe should or should not have fought. I nearly broke my arm trying to secure a way out. Turns out there was a door. Yeah, there generally is, yeah. Proceeded to get onto the city streets of Eros in a back alley. I'm now chilling up on the roof because apparently they don't like goblins here. Whatever.
As you do. Goblins are kind of.
And the rest, and we secured ourselves a stay at one of the inns near the square, I do believe.
Mhm.
And I think we were either just about to rest, like go rest for the night, or we had just rested too.
I think we were calling it quits with the classic fade to black as we took our long rest at the inn known as the Gilded Basin, called such because of its electrum-plated wash basins. So, sunrise of the next day greets everybody bright and early. None of this waking up at 9:30 crap. With the sun still below the horizon of the flying city, there's a dim light only being cast in the sky. What do you guys want to do with your day?
Well, I'm actually not in this conversation unless they're talking by the window that I'm like above. So, assuming we're still in the inn.
Leo's inspecting that piece of metal that he got off the iron golem.
Inspecting it for a purpose or just as like idle blacksmith curiosity?
Probably idle blacksmith curiosity for the moment.
Nice. It is impressive. You wonder if it's not that some manufactured version of the orichalcum that was discussed earlier that they salvage in the junk city below. A fine metal, not quite as impervious as mithril, but somewhere in between. you would love to get larger samplings of it and see what you couldn't craft with it. The task before you still remains gaining access to the Athenium and using its vast stores of knowledge to verify the origin of the magic device and the elemental control that caused that tsunami, so that in advance of Queen Gwendolyn arriving here for the tribunal, she can know whether or not the people she's about to meet with are actually enemies or not. So I guess we'll start with the normal beginning of day task in a brand new city. Before I let the narrative take us away, does anybody need to do buying and selling of goods, repair stuff, resupply, shop around?
Reed's definitely gonna shop around.
Quarto barmaid.
Always interested in curiosity piqued by a new marketplace in a new city he's not been to before. And resupply his healing kits. I hear those are useful.
How many charges do you have left in the healing kit you have?
I had 7 charges left.
Okay. For 5 gold, you're able to beg and barter, in some cases trading knowledge for the requisite herbs to replenish your healing kit back up to 10 charges.
Excellent.
And that Eros is a city of extremely well-educated and knowledgeable people. Knowledge, insight, intellect seems to have a tangible value here.
While I'm scouring for herbs and whatnot, may I inquire with one of the shopkeepers as to where the location of this our next objective might be specifically?
He
Hopefully I-
points back over his right shoulder. You see in the picture that we're looking at, like an enormously narrow, tall tower in the background. That is the Athenium. It's basically the highest central point of Eros. The entire city is built around it.
Excellent. Thanks, gentlemen, for his help. And
Is there a
yeah.
blacksmith guild hall here?
No, not a guild hall. They have their own merchants association that handles that kind of business, but there is no guild presence here.
Okay.
Before reporting back to the group and indicating the direction we should be heading, is there any shops of particular interest?
There's a lot of the stereotypical outfitters. There's a open market bazaar where goods of beyond average quality are on display on floating rugs. There's a merchant, a barker, if you will, calling attention to items as he belches fire. You get the impression that this is more a tourist trap than anything else, selling slightly magical items for incredibly inflated prices, but it might be worth taking a look still.
Okay.
There is an involved process for upgrading a weapon.
Okay.
The two biggest factors are basically time and money.
All right. Probably a thing which I have neither at the moment. Got it.
But there, I guess the shortcut would just be buying a weapon that's already magically enchanted the way you would want it, rather than upgrading something.
Okay. Just, we're in a magic city. I figured it would be prudent to ask.
Try while we're doing market things. This is a good thing to have on hand. I would like to look for a gift.
Okay. Do you have?
And
Go ahead.
you're gonna ask, what kind of gift do you find? And the answer is a generic good bribe gift, like the equivalent of a box of chocolates.
Okay. Let's have fun. Roll the critical failure die, because that's just a D100 that's easy to access.
Crit hit fumble die.
That's not great.
No. There's amongst all of the things that you have found in the various open air bazaars that are here, something kind of caught your eye. It's unusual, and because of its sort of unknown origins, you think it might be something that's neat. The barker there is really pushing this enormous. It's a tooth, but it's long and slender like a dagger, almost 8 inches long. Tapering down to a quarter of an inch thick at its narrowest tip, all the way down to almost 3 full inches wide. It's an enormous fang of some kind, but the base of the tooth has been jewel encrusted, so it's both shiny and decorative as well as curious in origin, because even the seller of the artifact doesn't know where it came from. He says from a dragon, but you're uncertain of that. It doesn't look at all like your teeth, and while it's not a 1-for-1,
So I want to roll insight, and Zaz is very expressly going to start picking it up and like actively comparing it to his tooth. And the goal is to make this roll to try and figure out how badly he's BSing. If that makes sense.
absolutely,
Heck
that's
yeah.
a solid roll.
I don't know what happened because I can't see it.
You even go so far as to holding it up to your own canine, smiling at the rest of the party members who are watching you quizzically. It is very much the wrong size and shape. As you handle it, though, you notice that the inside of the tooth is hollow, which to your mind suggests some kind of venom delivery system, maybe. Could be from an enormous poisonous serpent of some kind.
A basilisk.
You're not sure, and the more this guy tries to sell you on the exotic provenance of it, the more you're convinced he has absolutely no idea where it came from, which is either really good or really bad.
You know what? We're gonna go for it. Zaz wants it, but this guy's still full of crap.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because of your insight into its nature, as he's telling you that this, artifact from the ancient age of dragons has survived these 2,000 years in a sepulcher somewhere until it was recently unearthed by an adventuring party, you basically call him out on all of that bullshit and tell him you won't come anywhere near his $200 price tag. After much whittling down, he's willing to part with it for 20 gold.
That sounds like a deal. Worst case, I spent 20 gold on a tooth, and I'll get a cool nickname from it.
Then he wants to know if you'd like it wrapped up or if you would like to carry it.
I would like it wrapped up. Thank you. It is a gift.
Mhm. He's got some nice silken ribbon. He doubles it over 3 times in parchment paper and ties it with a beautiful light blue, almost sky blue silken ribbon. It's actually kind of nice presentation. He collects his.
Zaz is very expressly going to be like, this is a gift, and I don't know who it's for yet.
That's awesome.
Leo's gonna ask Zaz if he wants him to engrave it for him later.
I do want that, but not until I know who it's for.
Perfect.
Are you going to engrave on it, to whom it may concern?
Oh boy.
I
have
am now.
a list for you,
To whom it may concern.
dear
This is for
sir
you.
and or ma'am. Excellent. So we have our giant poisonous serpent's bejeweled tooth. Bling bling. I don't know how to.
Buzzing.
As you
Buzzing,
return to the party, who's waiting outside the Gilded Basin, packing their stuff up, getting ready to move, you see a beautiful human woman walking down the center of the street, and she's got sort of like a bandolier that she's wearing, leather straps that drape down both the front and back of her body, but contained in the bandoliers are various glass ampules. You recognize them immediately as potions of various size, shape, and function. She's not barking like any of the other merchants. She's allowing, I think, her beauty and the obvious nature of her wares to speak for themselves. But as she passes by, she gives you one of those like flirtatious curtsies, just enough that like 3 or 4 seconds later, you're still watching her walk by.
Leo was definitely blindsided by her beauty and didn't actually pay attention to what she was peddling, and is just going to run up to her and ask her how she's doing.
How she's doing?
Yeah.
She stops and gives you a polite smile. I'm doing quite lovely today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic after watching you walk by, and he's just going to flirt with her. Probably unsuccessfully, because he's not good at that.
Okay.
Well, you could roll for that.
No, he's going to be bad at it.
Okay.
What's a place like you doing in a girl like this?
Exactly.
Sorry.
She's
say stuff
awkward.
like
She keeps looking to see if some other people want to join the conversation. Like she keeps trying to catch someone else's eye to come in and help break up some of this awkwardness.
Reed is also definitely captivated, but not for the woman, but for the contents of her vials, and is curious as to what each one contains.
Leo, just so we get a picture of how bad this actually is, I don't disagree with. Let's have a charisma roll, just raw charisma.
Sure. Oh shoot, I might actually pass this. Where is it? There it is. Oh, that didn't go through. Hold on. Nice. Perfect.
Yeah, it is the train wreck.
Hell
you
yeah.
imagine.
Hell yeah. Oh, I did it twice. Whoops. It was the first one.
It was, yeah. Why gross disparity there, unfortunately. She's super awkward around you. Everyone except you can see how awkward she is, but you're too enthralled, too entranced with her beauty that you don't really see that she's kind of trying to inch away from you, and every time she steps back, you step forward to close that gap.
Nice.
She keeps trying to invite other people into the conversation, not having it. She keeps trying to talk about her wares or what you're in the market for, but you just aren't picking it up. At one point, as Reed is staring at her, she has to literally stop the conversation by putting a hand in front of your mouth and just saying, "Excuse me, sir, my eyes are up here," assuming that you were in fact not ogling her bandolier of potions, but something else, something more insidious.
I'm definitely going to say something along the lines of, well, I'm too short to see up there.
Nice. Probably just the right height, really. She says, "Well, I have a lot to do today. I have many places to go, and as you can see, plenty of potions to sell. So I'm afraid I have to take my leave."
I'm going to ask to buy at least 3 potions off her.
And you should also
And I'm just going to hand her 25 gold.
Then low key is to ask her to marry you.
I'm not even ask which potions they are. I'm just going to ask for 3 potions for 25 gold.
3 of your finest alchemy.
3 of your finest
Exactly.
potions, madam, and your beauty
I
is
like Zell's
so
take.
best.
3 of your finest alchemy to go, if you wouldn't mind. She hands you out of her at the bottom left side of this bandolier, there are 3 maybe 2-inch long, very narrow glass vials that all have a cork stopper. She gives you 3 of those and takes your 25 gold.
Awesome. I'm
She
really
says,
hoping
"I wouldn't take more than 1 at a time."
I'm really hoping that my awkwardness just made her give me something decent enough to get me away from her.
She bows, never taking her eyes away from you, not breaking that sideline, but bows gently and then just turns around, walking away quite quickly.
Wait, ma'am, come back.
Yes.
I'd like to buy some health potions.
Oh, I certainly have some of those. She flips the bandolier around so what was on her back is now in her front. How many would you like?
I'd like to
And
buy
what
2,
strength?
please. Good moderate strength, enough to keep a battling hero alive.
She has standard healing potions that are the 2d4 plus 2 for 50 gold apiece. She has up to 8 of those on her bandoliers presently, and she has 2 of the second grade. Those are 4d4 plus 4 for 200 gold each.
I'll take 1 currently of the standard.
Okay. 50 gold for a 2d4 plus 2er.
Excellent.
she keeps looking as the dwarf is still just mouth agape, staring at her. Your friend is quite interesting.
Oh yes, he's quite capable too.
She
Good at
doesn't-
smashing things.
Oh, yeah, he seems the type.
I definitely start flexing.
Nice. Okay, well, you have a good day. Don't follow me. And she walks away.
Thank you.
I yell after. I'll definitely see you later.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Jesus Christ.
And she hurries. Like, as she goes out of sight, you're fairly certain you watch her duck into a storefront and then peek out to see if anyone's following. Does anyone else need to do any business in town? Or shall we move this along?
Try. Would you earlier? Would you say this picture that we're looking at is kind of accurate to the description of Eros? Like, is the Athenium? Is it like above us, like higher up, or is is Eros like a flat plain city?
Both are true. The buildings in the foreground here are only like 1 or 2 stories. The Athenium is, hundreds, if not thousands, of feet tall. So there might be a slight, grade going up to the upper levels of the city. The tower is so clearly visible because itself is hundreds of feet tall.
Okay. Before we go, I would like to, I guess, just with assuming I'm still up on I have to be up on the rooftops. Not assuming I am up there. With that being said, what does can I roll like a perception to see like what the general path towards the Athenium is? Like, what's goblins aren't allowed here? What should I be looking out for? Thing.
There are basically 3 tiers of elevation in the city. The topmost tier, like in terms of elevation, is where the Athenium is. It's the highest spires and towers of the city. There's a middle tier that are at the top of those like stairs that you can see in the middle of the picture. Giant grand Colosseum stairs. That take you to that center. That's where the wealthy live. It's also where a lot of the upscale merchants are. It's where the high-end establishments tend to be. Where you are now, there's tons of roof access. Everything is a 1 or 2 story building. And if there was such a thing as a low-class area in the wealthiest mage city on the planet, this would be it.
Okay.
As you get to that second tier, it's going to be harder and harder for you to stay out of sight on the rooftops, both because the much taller buildings around you will all be looking down on top of you, and you'll have fewer and fewer access to those things. And by the time you get to the Athenium, there will be no way for you to hide on roofs.
Okay.
It may be time to consider a disguise.
Do I see? Would you say there are magical items or magical apparel is for sale in the lower tier where we currently are?
Sure.
Do I see anything that? I guess I'm looking for something that looks like an illusion cloak, like you wear it and it makes you look different.
We have disguise kits.
I mean, I have one too, but green skin's a little hard to. It's hard to disguise an entire goblin.
Makes them
look like a kobold.
look like a kobold or a gnome.
And this is where we find out that she's just a touch bit racist. Ew, not a kobold. Anything. I mean, they're fine for some people.
No,
I have some soap you can use. You can rub soap all over you.
Oh, you're very funny. I have a disguise kits too, so.
As Jezza, make a perception roll.
Okay. Beautiful.
There are so many things that catch your eye, and you're such a great distance away on the roof. You're not sure. There is an apparel vendor underneath a green domed tent in the open air market here that catches your eye because as one patron leaves with their purchase, she twirls a cloak over her shoulders and it flashes with sky blue feathery wings, and the cloak clasps itself, and you notice that she's walking just about a half an inch above the ground.
Okay. Is it possible? Is this stall near like the middle of the square? Or is it like up against a wall? Like, could I approach it without being seen if I so chose?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I would like to get to the rear of that stall and, I guess, slowly approach from a rooftop and drop down to it.
Give me a stealth.
Oh boy! Please be good. I have.
Despite it being, early morning, you're quite sneaky. You're able to navigate the rooftops, working your way all the way around the plaza. Jumping from balcony to balcony, you slowly lower yourself down behind the tent and are able to sort of like shimmy your way under one of the back flaps. You're hiding behind essentially like one of the display racks where cloaks and gloves and hats are currently on display.
Okay. Do I see anything that immediately draws the eye? Anything with a mask, actually? There's a good like a masquerade mask or anything of the like?
Sure, absolutely. This is a city well known for its galas, and there is an entire rack of just extremely garish and gaudy bejeweled face masks. Some are like full blown helmets, others are just, just over the eyes and nose ridge masks. Some make you look like, animals like a bejeweled kitty cat or a fearsome crow.
Um,
You should
like
make him look like a kitty cat.
like a when you say like a ko, you mean like a kenku kind of?
Yeah, exactly what that
Yeah.
would look like.
Okay. I'm assuming there are attendants or a vendor in this stall.
There are 3 or 4 younger people that seem maybe it's a family business, and then a middle-aged woman seems to be taking money and answering questions.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Let's see. I'm not sure how to best approach this without being an arsonist. That's a tough call.
Have you tried not being an arsonist?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning to, but I don't want to steal from just. They're on arrows. They're rich. They're.
That's
These
what I'm
people-
thinking.
Yeah. I would like to attempt to grab. Kenku. I would like to attempt to grab the Kenku mask, and I would say something. A short green cloak, something that would not draw the eye.
Okay. They're opposite sides of the store, but you are very small and very sneaky. Give me a sleight of hand as you attempt to pilfer the Kenku mask.
Oh, please, love of God.
There's a moment where someone on one side of the store or one side of the tent stumbles slightly, perhaps on a misaligned chunk of cobblestone, and it creates a moment where everybody in the store, for just half of a second, turns their eyes to that sound, and in that moment, you grab the mask and disappear back into the shadows of the 10th corner.
Okay.
Moving your way around to the other side of the store, you are poised to grab that green sort of traveler's cloak, just a drab olive green. Nothing special, nondescript, which is probably why it's been sitting here on a shelf for so long, but that suits your purposes just fine.
Yeah, no roll for that. It's fine.
As you go to take it, there's a soft voice that says, "Are you sure that's the one you want?"
Do I look to see who said that?
If you'd like, you turn around and there's a small girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, with curly, dark brown hair. She waves at you. Hi.
I went back. Hi. And I say, yes, I would like that one. How much is it?
She says, "You're a goblin, aren't you?"
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's okay. I grew up in Lowtown. I know about goblins.
Okay. Yes, I am a goblin.
What's your name?
Jezza. Put my hand out like a fist bump.
She looks at it. You can tell that she's been raised to be more feminine than that, so she's not entirely sure what to do with it, but with a little bit of coaching, she's able to fist bump you back.
Yeah.
You were going to steal that, weren't you?
I look at her, and I go, honestly, yeah, but I kind of... Does it change anything if I say I felt bad about it?
You should feel bad about it. Stealing is wrong.
Well, you are. I kind of feel this like crap, like this weight in my gut, like, oh my god, I'm being lectured by a child. I go, yeah, you're right, it's wrong. So how much is it going to cost me for you to not tell your mom?
She says, I don't have to tell my mom. We're not supposed to like goblins, but I don't mind them so much. One of my best friends was a goblin back when we lived in Lowtown. My mom and dad had to work really hard to get here, though. And now we're supposed to hate them. I don't understand it.
People often don't understand the rules they're supposed to follow. It's how the people...
What do you mean I don't understand it? He's stealing from you.
She gives you that sort of come hither finger, that little I have a secret to tell you, motioning you to draw in closer to her.
Yep.
And she whispers, I've got something better, something that my mom was going to get rid of. It'd work way better than that mask and cloak. It's going to be best for you if you plan to be a goblin here in Eros.
I kind of nod my head and I put the mask down, in the corner.
You're taken aback for a moment that it's surprising that she knows you also had the mask. This seems to be quite an alert little girl.
Yeah.
She disappears for a moment behind the table with drawers that's sort of the centerpiece of this raised tent. And her mom talks to her, and there's some idle conversation between the two of them. And she waits for her mom to step away from the counter again, and she darts back over to behind the racks where she was talking with you. She's got in her hand a wrinkled, battered, just beat up leather hat. It looks something like a sea captain might wear. It's tarnished, and there might even be sweat stains on the inside. You're not sure. It does not look great.
I kind of put my hand toward it and I go, okay, I don't think you understand the problem of being a goblin here.
She says, I understand the problem. And she puts it on, and as she puts the hat on, she becomes an enormous 7-foot-tall, portly, bald man.
kind of with just aghast. I go, okay, problem solved.
She takes it off, resuming the form of her diminutive little 8-year-old self, and she says, "This one's busted. It never ever turns you into what you want to become. But that's not your problem, is it? Because here on Eros, anything will be better than being a goblin."
What if it turned you into another goblin?
Do it.
I motioned to take the hat.
I love this hat, by the way.
Is she passing it to me?
Yeah, she's giving it to you.
Right. As she comes towards it, I kind of grab her by the wrist and pull her in just a little bit, and I say, "A favor for a favor." And the silver bracelet I acquired back at the port city where we all met originally from one of the games, was a silver bracelet. I slide that off of my arm and onto hers as I grab the hat.
Very cool.
Yeah.
She looks at it. Oh, it's so beautiful.
I said, I have some candied bacon too, but I don't think you want that.
She's looking at you strangely like, why would you still have candied bacon?
I said, I am never hungry. I don't know what everyone's problem with this is. It's a pocket. It's for putting stuff in. I wave goodbye with as I try to head my way back out the underside of the tent, and I wave goodbye with my new hat.
Going to put it on?
Yeah. Is it a magical item of any sort, or is it just something I should throw in my inventory?
It is a magical item of some sort.
Okay. I will just put Hat of Illusion, I guess, in my or busted.
I'm working on something.
Oh,
just
yeah,
for a
sorry.
quick sec.
We're gonna see a thing pop up, and we're all gonna see what it is. Or you're gonna see what it is.
Actually, I wonder if
Things be
I'll
cursed.
look the
Things be
same.
cursed.
I actually wonder if I will look the same to myself. Like it'll only be if what other people see.
That
Or
would
if
be
it's-
funny. So you don't know exactly what you look like, and so then you'll be like walking around and be like, "Hey, they're good looking," and you're just like this giant.
Oh, nice.
Ish.
So try. This is where I'm afraid of saying what I'm about to say, but I think it might be a very cool idea, and I'm hoping I'm not giving you ideas. But is this the type of hat where, because I'd rather be anything but a goblin in arrows, is it like every time you put it on, roll a d100 and let's see what you become?
It's not going to be quite that bad.
Okay.
It's just going to allow you to assume a form that is not your own, but you don't have much of a control over what you become. And it's only a cosmetic glamour effect. It doesn't change statistics at all.
Yeah, like basically it's like an illusion over my body. I'm
Correct.
still a tiny goblin.
Exactly.
All right. Should I roll when I put the thing on, or just say I'm putting it on?
Nope. Just tell me when you're putting it on.
I am going to put on the Hat of Disguise-ish.
You put on the hat, and as you pass a silver merchant, he's got a number of platters stood on end because they catch the light and look real shiny and pretty, but they also function as a makeshift mirror. As you walk past it, you are taller than normal. You're got to be at least 5.5 feet tall. You appear to be a waif-thin Asian woman with extremely long dark hair, elegant painted fingernails.
I kind of I'm just doing the thing where I'm like trying to see everything, like I'm turning around, and I go, nice.
Yeah. You would guess human or maybe half elven, but definitely slender frame and slight features.
I have a question about that. Does she see higher up now because of the hat or not?
No, it doesn't change anything about her character at all, other than just how
Okay.
people externally perceive her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, do we recognize her when she returns to the party?
I mean, if she's wearing the hat and doesn't speak, probably not. There would be no resemblance.
I'm
Does
going to. I'm
Does it
going
change
to.
their voice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does change my voice.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to walk over to the party and approach Books, or Lexus. Sorry.
Uh huh. Okay. Here we go.
There's, as Alexis is no doubt reading through a book, an attractive, a handsome woman comes up on your blind side and just starts lingering like way too close to your personal space.
Excuse me, ma'am.
She's grinning ear to ear in this just incredibly fiendish grin.
Wait a minute. Can I help you?
You haven't been able to help me for 6 years, and I'm honestly surprised you can't see through this.
Oh my god, you! What the fuck? And I'm just
I
like grabbing her. I'm just like, what? Where are you? Like I'm like grabbing your shoulders, looking around, be like, where the fuck are you?
It's amazing the things you can get in a magic city. And
I'm just
then
staring in awe. I'm just be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
it's like a waving the party over type thing. Like I'm saying to everyone, "Hey, I found a way that I can walk around with you guys without appearing out of play, without appearing like a dangerous criminal."
I'm still just poking you in the arm constantly, just being like, what is this?
Anyway, I feel like I've stolen enough of the roleplay time. Shall we?
Yeah. There is a question. Reed, I'll just address it out loud if that's all right. Yeah, if you were close enough, just proximity, maybe you'd want to handle them, but being able to identify it shouldn't be challenging for you.
I would like to do that. If I know it's a little past the time, but yes.
As the two friends are admiring the leather hat of Disguise-ish, Reed Greenbottle approaches Leo and is admiring the 3 small vials that he purchased from the woman that clearly captivated his heart and mind. Give me a... It's not called alchemy. What is it called in this game?
Wasn't it Leo that did that?
What did I say?
You said
Reed.
Leo. Reed approached Leo.
Oh, never mind. Continue.
Give me just 1 second, fellas. Is your Roll20 working any better today, Lev?
Nope.
That is too bad. I couldn't find anything on the forum that was super helpful. A lot of
That
like
is-
the stereotypical just, did you clear your cache? Are you doing other things on the internet? Don't do those other things. They
Wow.
had a specific troubleshooting guide on their homepage for trying to use Chrome. So if you wanted to go that way, they have their own troubleshooting list. But
I haven't like fully cleared the cache. I could do that rather quick. I doubt that's going to do anything, though. That typically doesn't do anything. That's the catch-all
I know.
answer.
It
Would
really
rolling
is.
in medicine count?
I do medicine, or if you have proficiency with an herbalist's kit. I can't remember what that's called though, so that's how I was
I do
trying to
have
find
an
it. But
herbalist kit. Or
yeah, if you can
something
roll
along
that
those lines,
proficiency.
but I don't. There isn't a proficiency for it. I don't think.
I thought there was.
What about medicine?
Take your medicine. Yeah, you have an herbalism kit proficiency like this.
Well, where? Oh. Wait, it doesn't let me roll for that. What the hell?
If you just click on the word herbalism kit in your proficiencies, tool proficiency and custom skills, it's like second from the bottom on the left-hand column.
Yeah, I clicked herbalism kit and it gave me an attribute value,
Right.
strength.
So you'll choose from the drop-down, choose wisdom.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, close enough.
You take a look at them. The all 3 potions appear to be the exact same thing, and when you... What's happening?
It when I
Oh,
first
I see.
reload the game, it'll work fine, but it's after a couple like a minute or two, it just destroys itself. So that's why I was asking someone to do it later.
It's a light pink fluid in each of them, fairly liquidy, not terribly viscous, and you agitate them by shaking them slightly. As they do that, the color in the fluid coalesces into a very tiny bead of bright red that rapidly expands and contracts to fill the space of the small vial that it's in. And once you stop agitating it, it sort of remixes and becomes this light pinkish fluid again. You immediately recognize them as potions of growth. Drinking the potion is the same as the enlarge effect.
Leo,
Nice.
be careful with these. I just let him know what they are. If he's paying attention.
So maybe she was into you.
Go back to what I typed in there, and that's what I say.
Nice. They enchant my heart. Oh my god.
Well, they may make your heart 3 sizes too big.
I'm gonna reverse Grinch this motherfucker. Alright. Unless we have more business, is it time to make our way towards the Athenium?
Probably.
Yes.
You walk collectively through the beautiful streets of the open air market, all the way up through the palisades, the second tier. As you approach the Athenium, there's a large congregation of people not like queuing in line, but just kind of idly hanging out outside the Athenaeum. They're all of them wearing these similarly colored light blue robes, although each of them has like a sash around them. Some have 2 sashes, some have 4. Some are double banded, some are gold banded, some have black lines. Clearly, it's to a distinction of some kind, but you're not sure why. But as you approach, they're all just aflutter, talking about something. They're giddy like school children. In passing, you hear the word grand intrigue several times. Making your way all the way up to the front gate of the Athenaeum, there is basically a guard. The blue cloaks are the city guard for Eros, and 4 of them stand beside this wrought iron portcullis that opens up into the courtyard of the Athenaeum, and they ask who you are and what your purpose is. Test crickets.
I like elbow Alexis.
I introduce myself as Leo Stronghammer, merchant and blacksmith, and envoy for the Queen of. I'm blanking on the name right now.
Could someone roll a perception check just out of the blue for no actual reason?
Yeah, I got you. Keep going.
Hey, it worked.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Popped immediately.
From
Read.
Is it Pendilor?
That's the name of the region, yep.
Yeah, I'm an envoy for the Queen of Pendilor, and we all are.
Can I get every character to make a wisdom check real quick?
Yes.
Nice.
That's
Wisdom
just click
save
on the
or just
name of the
wisdom?
stat, right? Oh, wisdom save, you said, right?
Just wisdom
Oh,
score.
whoops.
I can reverse engineer most of these.
Oh,
Nice. We, as you guys are all hearing Leo talk, Kig and Reed, there's a moment of panic that washes over you because the reason you were dispatched here by Queen Gwendolyn is because she wanted to have an inquiry performed that was outside of the official channels. She specifically sent you guys to do this investigation privately because she wanted no connection to the throne, and because you were not in her employ, this would be an easy sort of stealth mission. So there's a moment of panic as you hear Leo basically telling everyone his super spy backstory.
Can I kick Leo in his like the back of his knees?
Dropping him to the ground.
This is definitely why you shouldn't let the dwarf barbarian speak for us. I have a very low intelligence score. Okay,
I'm just picturing
I'm
you
playing my
fall.
character
God.
just like I need to.
That's awesome. And whatever you do, keep this a secret. Will do. We're here on official business.
Don't let
from the Queen of
anyone know that I'm here on official business.
So yeah, Kig maybe kicks you in the back of your knee to sort of shut you up. You turn when you see the consternation on his face. That reality snaps into your mind of, oh shit, right? Not that. Any other story but that. Not that story though.
I definitely go into a rant of how I was just joking and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to start backing away while I'm rambling and just go to the back of the group and then be quiet.
The guards are on edge. One of them even has his hand on the hilt of his sword, like unsure of what this is. If you don't have official business, I'm going to have to ask you to turn around and go back the way you came. The Athenaeum isn't for tourists. Drunken dwarves especially.
Friend, you misunderstand. Unlike our dwarven companion over here, we do have some official inquiries into the Athenaeum here. I myself am a monk in my monastery far away. I'm trying to broaden my horizons in education and the ways. I was wondering if you had any stories worth researching about others of my brethren.
Do you have an official invitation?
Oh crap!
Are you a member in good standing of the Athenaeum?
I don't know. Help!
Okay,
I step forward and I ask.
Look, I'm not
Yeah.
good at bluffing like that.
Hold on, I should have been a little bit more prepared than this. Somebody bluster something a little bit more.
Bluster.
Alexis is preparing. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Leo says
I-
from the back that we have an unofficial invitation.
I walk forward and I asked. Could you ask if I could see a Maria Pastello? And then I give my name and be like, she might know who I am.
They talk amongst themselves for a minute, and the fourth guard at the end, the youngest guard, disappears behind the portcullis. It's raised slightly. He skulks underneath it and disappears. He's gone for 15 or 20 minutes. A long time. They never take their eyes off of Leo.
Nice.
Eh, Eventually, the fourth younger guard returns with a young to middle-aged woman, probably in her late 20s, early 30s, in a sky blue cloak, and she has a sash that has 3 long black banded stripes on it. And Alexis, you immediately recognize her as the daughter of your longtime friend and old librarian from back in the day. She
Hi, sis.
offers an embrace.
And I give it in kind.
Could have done that to
Um,
begin with.
She speaks to the guards, informing them that they are to open the portcullis immediately, as you are official guests of hers, and you will be accessing the Athenaeum. They stand down, raise the portcullis for the entire party, and you guys are ushered in. Once you step through the gates, the large square gives way to a cathedral, for lack of a better description, except instead of, tapestries and statuary, it is just an endless, infinite library, stretching out for hundreds of feet into the sky. Endless stacks of books, tomes, and scrolls.
You know, sis, I probably should have visited you a lot sooner than now. This place is amazing.
She says, "This life could have been yours if only you had finished the trials."
I just love to keep things on their toes.
Why have you come here?
To research something. Something happened, and I would like to know what happened.
If you aren't going to speak plainly with me, I don't know how much help I can be to you.
Well, I was involved in a very interesting thing that happened on the coast. Have you heard of it?
Oh my gods, that was you?
No, it was not me. No, for once it was not me.
Where there's destruction, there's almost certainly Alexis.
I was just working a security detail. I don't know what you want from me.
Kind of from the background. Wait, what do you mean this time? That definitely wasn't me this time. Wait, what?
Guys, I
So-
swear, events of mass genocide are almost never my fault.
Almost never my fault. Evil books withstanding. Whatever. That doesn't. We'll let that slide. I need to do some research to figure out exactly what might be going on off the coast, because there was a giant wave that killed a lot of people. There was a lot of fishmen that came off of whatever that was out there, and I think it looks like an island. Who knows? And I would like to know what was there before.
Fishmen?
Fishmen.
I kind of, behind Alexis, I kind of make I take my hands, I make like a fin motion under the neck. And I'm like, fish.
Oh, have you met Jezza? I think I've introduced you once or twice.
She, hushes you very quickly. Jezza! You can't bring her here! Where is she?
Actually,
Yeah.
this is my-
It's, Oh
Forget
my
about
God.
that. I completely forgot about the hat of disguises. Oof.
No, this is my other friend, Jessa.
Yeah, I've got two friends named Jessa. You haven't met this one.
This is Jezebel.
She does not kiss and tell.
Yeah, that's
Hold up.
the name, Jezebel. Alexis corrects to Jezebel,
Yeah,
and I just kind of
Jezebel.
I sigh under my voice, and I go, "It's a pleasure to meet you."
Oh, well, that's quite a relief. Only you would be mad enough to bring a goblin into the Athenaeum. Could you even imagine if they found it?
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard the stories. I hear they murder those.
Oh, no one here murders. We have
Oh no, they use
pain
them as
amplification units for
they use them as-
torturing.
That's correct. They use them as science experiments. That's right. Completely forgot about that.
So, what help can the Athenaeum possibly offer you? You seem to know more about what happened on the coast than I do. I've never heard of fishmen.
True, but I want to know if we have any have had any like. I know you love when I go into forbidden archives and stuff, so that always goes great, you know. But I would like to see if there was anything, you know, old information about what might have happened out there.
If you wait here, I will convene the historians and see if any of them know anything about your fishmen. If I leave you here, promise me you won't get into any trouble.
Can I read these books?
She turns and walks away. Halfway, like 3 steps away from you, she stops, turning on her heels. And I have to remind you, no stealing any of the books. Every single one of them is magically runed to this location. We'll know.
Okay. I mean, you know me really well, but okay. I'll read them and I'll put them back. I start flitting through something that I was at the bookshelf right next to me. Just kind of grab it as I'm talking and start reading it, and I'm looking to see if I can find the rune.
She walks past the party, and takes a moment as she brushes past everybody except stopping right in front of Zaz, and just gives you a fully at the waist, both hands behind her back bow. All hail the grand champion of the arena. That was quite a spectacle.
I have fans. It's so nice to meet you, fan.
His name is the Storm. I just kind of pop up with the book. It's like, his name is the Storm. I just keep reading.
And mind you, this is Zaz is holding just piles of documents he was just told not to steal.
Yeah. Like before she disappears, I said, "I'm surprised that the people of Eros are aware of what goes on in Low City, much less watch their sport."
Oh, we love to watch the fights in the arena. It's always so exhilarating.
That's a word for it.
And we have the best seats in the house. I'm off to convene the Council of Historians. Good luck. And she just, like, sort of, if you had hair, she'd be running her fingers through your hair, gently sort of patting your head. I'm so glad that Alexis is finally keeping decent company.
Is that referring to me, to Jezebel or Zaz?
To Zaz, she was...
Okay.
Yes.
Zaz like does the kobold equivalent of purring.
Nice.
It's nice to meet you too. Oh, I have so many fans. Kig, I have fans.
Yeah, I have a ton of fans. Not here.
All right. While the person has gone to fetch the historians, there's a moment of time here, an interval where you guys are basically left unattended in this massive library of the Athenaeum. There are plenty of things to read. Zaz, you said that you were interested in trying to pilfer something.
Oh no, he's not stealing. He's just like pick up, read, throw over shoulder, pick up, read.
That's fair. A group of young initiates, all the people who are prepared to take the trials and become official members of the Athenaeum Circle are called Inquirers. There's a group of maybe a dozen or so Inquirers that are rushing past you. And again, you hear them talking quite excitedly about the grand intrigue and how they want to be the ones to earn the reward. Can you believe it? It's finally open.
I nudge Alexis in the ribs and I go, "What's the intrigue?"
You think I pay
Uh,
attention to school?
Alexa, make a history check. You can make it with advantage because likely you would know what this is. But we'll see how much you know.
That's an 8.
Oh, weird, I don't see anything.
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing came
Oh
up.
boy. Huh. That's interesting. Hey, your connection.
I believe him.
Your connection has been severed.
Connection terminated.
Oh, now it's really fucking up. This is hilarious.
We'll just assume you know. Having walked in these circles for a number of years and having connections within, the grand intrigue is the highest intellectual challenge offered to all standing members of the Athenaeum. The prize is access to the Codex of Minerva. It's a grand tome that oh, actually, I'm having a connection server interruption also. It might be Roll20.
I think it's roll 20.
Where does
restarted?
it pop up?
Upper right-hand corner, it's like a red bar.
I also got that.
You
Nope,
attempt
not me.
to roll a command looking for a value, select a token, but no tokens are selected.
Oh, cool. Is it time to win the Tome of Minerva so I can have more spells?
Anyway, the Codex of Minerva is an ancient artifact that is said to be able to make the person who reads it a better person. In metagame terms, it functions as either a tome or manual of your choice. Reading it grants you a +2 to your current and maximum value of a single attribute score permanently.
I gotta
The
win this.
Artifact is so powerful that after it is read, all of the magical energy within it is discharged, and it takes 100 years to regain its effectiveness. And apparently that happened very recently. So the Athenaeum is holding its, 17th annual grand intrigue to see who the next person will be to gain access to the Codex of Minerva. It's a hell of a brain-teasing puzzle, and so far no one has solved it. But the people who had highest initiative to try have already failed, so now it's being open to any standing member of the Athenaeum.
That sounds fun.
And that sounds like that's like out of our group is only me. That's great.
I mean,
We could still
you
try.
could get it. Doesn't mean you have to use it immediately.
I'm assuming it stays here. So using it immediately would be the...
That's fair.
All right, I'm going to try reloading. If I lose you guys, I'll be right back. Well, I guess I won't lose comms, but
Well, I loaded in just fine afterwards.
Yeah, I think it might have been. I didn't have the bar, but I reloaded. It took it a second, but I'm back. So
I didn't want to lose my notes until I was done talking.
Did anyone else see the roll that I just rolled?
I saw
Yep,
sure
79.
did.
Leo 79.
Nice.
10 over.
Oh, better than
Not
nice.
quite nice.
Throw in the
Alright.
loop.
Nice plus 10.
I think we're there. I think we're all back.
After a
Eh.
while, the
What?
It's just gonna always be
Congrats.
100.
Cheater.
bad
Miss
you wasted
Costello
it.
returns with a group of old, sort of long, gray bearded guys, all who have much more elaborate shawls than she does. Some with 6 or 7 banded black stripes on their shawls, signifying that they at least have tiers of knowledge beyond hers. And she sort of ushers the entire group of you into one of the antechambers where there's some seating for like private reading. And she basically positions herself out in front of this private reading room to stop passersby and looky-loos. Since we're missing Feisty, he was the person responsible for it. The other intention in the Athenium here was to see if there was a way to confirm the source of the power that was responsible for the tsunami, and the way that they were going to gauge that is with the destroyed trap device that you guys beat up and defeated in the Queen's throne room, as well as the living
Water.
compass. Yeah. He's, I think, the keeper of both of those things. So
Also,
since he's not here,
also Opie maybe.
Well,
Our
we don't really talk about necromancy in the Athenium.
I think he didn't want to talk about it.
No, not directly talk about, but he wanted to look into potentially the
Mhm.
reason behind the source of the magic, like why a witch bolt would do that. If I remember correctly, maybe I'm not.
We might
I'm
have
just-
to do that bit with him via text or something.
That's fair.
So the historians are assembled. They turn sort of with anticipation, looking at Alexis. We understand you have information regarding the events on the coastline.
Yeah. So, I almost died to a tsunami because of what happened. Yes. And when we came to, there was some, I guess you could call them fishmen, or they could mermen. Words are hard. And they were trying to take people away. And I go into a little bit more elaborate detail. Obviously, I'm not actually just trying to sound like an idiot here.
He pauses, the eldest among them. Everybody sort of waits for him to speak. He puts his hand up to stop you talking mid-sentence several times to ask follow-up questions. You can tell he's very detail-orientated. He wants you to describe the fish people in elaboration. Just what do they look like? You don't have to recount for me. We don't need to roleplay that.
I do that.
Do you want to tell him everything you know? Do you want to be withholding it all?
No, I'm just probably gonna, considering I don't think there's anything that anybody here that would be nefarious for these kinds of purposes. I'm just gonna be more or less open on it.
Okay. He asks you to explain the nature of their spell casting. Says you yourself have a talent for the arcane. What spells were they utilizing? What schools of magic?
A lot of water spells. Water and lightning. Oh, did you hear me? I said water and lightning.
Nice. He's a person who's got a poker face, right? But you can tell that he's stumped. He has no idea. He's not encountered fish people, and he seems to be more interested in gaining information from you than having any to offer in return.
Mhm.
He says that there are thousands, perhaps millions of books here. One of them might contain information. Some of these books are thousands of years old, predating most of the cities on this continent, but it would take a lifetime to search them all. He'll devote some of his, considerable resources to trying to learn, but he says if there's any other way.
We saw the island out there, did we not? We saw it out in the distance?
I didn't.
Out in the distance? Okay, we didn't. Okay, continue.
I didn't.
Out in the distance. Okay, we didn't.
He asks if there's
Continue.
any other
Out in the distance.
information, any other way to pursue this knowledge. Do you have anything else to go on?
I kind of just flick at Jezebel, and I'm like, "You said those words, right? Say what they were talking, the words that they were saying."
Oh, I think for a moment, and I would like to try. It's been a while. I don't remember but you'll remember I tried to.
Mhm.
I copied Undine's speech that one
Yes.
time.
Mhm.
I don't remember what she said. I don't know if you do, but I would like to re-say those words. Character-wise, I ponder for a moment and then I say them. Or was it something I had to remember?
No, your character would remember them. The only trick I need from you is a performance check to mimic how well you can reproduce it.
Yeah, perform. Okay.
And yes, Dex.
So I play it up and I go, and I might get the accent wrong, but I do believe the words were. And there's my roll. It defaulted to me because I restarted. But
you do your best to complete the sentence that she uttered, putting strong emphasis on the last word, Raug. And 5 of the 6 assembled people, deer in headlights, they got nothing for you. You can tell they're maybe impressed with your ability to speak a gibberish language neither of them have heard. One person asks you to repeat it again. And after you do it, she asks for you to say it a 3rd time. She then just sort of stands up and walks out of the room.
Zaz is going to gently nudge his rogue friend and be like, "She's suspicious."
I kind of whisper back, "Yeah, she's suspicious."
They say, "Well, she has always been a bit flighty. We apologize. Hopefully she'll return shortly." Go on again. Do you know this language? Or are you just parroting what you've heard?
Just parroting. I couldn't tell you what a word of it meant in truth.
And was this just dialogue between this fish person and you, or was it part of a spell?
I do believe she spoke it, and I don't actually remember that fight. I don't recall exactly what it did.
She was using it as a spell.
Yeah. I do believe it was some form of spell.
He turns to the second most decorated person. Would you mind researching ancient invocations and see if we can find any of these words repeated in our texts? He bows and steps out of the room also. Quite curious. I want to trust you. I want to believe you. It's just difficult for me to accept that there could be so much that I know nothing about.
Well, you didn't know much about the book I read either. Because I think I probably know some of these people, probably.
Do we want to bridge the Feisty's water skin of compassing now, later, or never?
You mean
Now is
like
probably
bring it
a
up,
good idea.
or?
Right. I just wanted, like, Dax was bringing it up, and I wanted to remind you guys that it's an important thing that I'm sure Feisty would talk about. It's just he's not here, and so I'm sure he wouldn't mind us playing with it in his stead, but I just wanted to make sure it's not something we forgot simply because the player isn't here tonight.
Well, in such a vast library, it would be interesting to see if there was any kind of magical pool resonance between the water skin and anything else where we are.
Say that to me again.
Pull it out and
My
test to
brain
see
and
if
words.
it's pulling to something here.
It would be interesting to see if it resonated or was drawn to anything within this. I forgot what the hell is this place called again?
The Athenian.
Athenium.
Athenium. I wanted to say selenium, but the Athenium, yes.
The hell's an aluminum falcon? All right. You take the water skin from Kel and basically just kind of do the 360 spin, right? And every time you face in the direction of the coastline, the living water inside the compass bulges to a fat tipped point in that direction. And every time your body spins away from the coastline, it just kind of goes flaccid and limp, vaguely stretching towards that. But as soon as you're facing it, it pings like a hard needle.
Still
Seemingly reacting
pulling
to the
coast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, group, do you want to bring this up and share it with the people here?
I assumed we already did. I assumed I already did.
If you're not hiding it, then as you spin with the compass, interesting device. What is that?
Oh, it was just some of their weaponry. It turns to water once they're not using it.
And it's drawn back to what we assume must be its source.
He asks, not verbally, but with his hands, for permission to hold it.
Go ahead and hand it over.
Running his other hand over the outstretched palm several times back and forth, almost like he's, petting an invisible cat. There's a soft glow of arcane light sort of surrounding the item until he discerns, yes, indeed, magical. Evocation and divination? This is both conjured and controlled and also aware, at least in some small way, of where it is.
Yes,
How did you
all
make
is-
this?
We did not make it, but we found it. We froze
Seems
it and we put
almost
it in a bottle.
During one of our fights with these fish creatures, when one of their weapons started to melt away, we just did our best to contain it within a water skin before it could.
These
Flow back to the
fishmen
sea.
controlled this?
Yes.
He hands the compass back to you. He's completely at a loss here. As a historian, he knows very little about this. That's when the the disheveled woman who left abruptly returns with an ancient tome under her arm. The tome is almost 3 feet tall and looks like it weighs 15 or 20 pounds.
Jesus.
She brings it in, struggling under its weight, and whispers something to the head historian, who immediately takes the book away from her and says, "No, they are not members of the Athenium."
Am? Kind of?
Sir.
When Pastello hears that, she sort of rejoins the conversation. Why would that matter? And he says that this tome is from one of their restricted archives. While they do pride themselves on sharing knowledge freely, there is some knowledge that is restricted only to membership of the Athenium, of which none of these possess.
Well, then how do I possess it? I've been reading scrolls for like an hour now.
I thought I was a part of these people.
Your friend explains, mostly to Zaz, but to everyone else, that there's a rigorous, almost lifetime curriculum of devout study and practice that goes into becoming a member here, which she looks then back directly at Alexis, culminating in a series of difficult trials, success in which grants you membership.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I got 2 of them. 2 of the 3.
Is not the
Your-
need for this knowledge greater than the need for secrecy within this order?
He says, "Our ways have been our ways for thousands of years, and I know not what you even need this information for. Our traditions stand." Alexis's friend interjects, "But if they were to become members of the Athenium..."
That's what I'm saying.
I'm almost there.
He
Oh
says,
no,
"Well,
I gotta do it
yes,
again."
certainly any member of the Athenium would have access to all of the restricted knowledge. But surely none of them can." With that, he basically stands up and leaves the room, taking the massive tome with him. My 2 sneakiest people, which I'm assuming are basically my kobolds,
Hey!
Why don't both of you make perception rolls for me?
You sneaky, stealthy people perceive things.
Just because you're small. I guess actually so is Jezza. You can roll.
I'm currently in a disguise, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would make you the perfect person to do this, wouldn't it?
I'm in a
Because-
not stealthy disguise.
No, but your size, what you're perceiving is your height, but everyone's perceiving you as taller.
Basics, that's you.
Basics, roll perception. Uh-oh.
Basics has fallen asleep at the wheel.
That seems that way.
Don't worry, I'll do it. Hold on.
You can't roll for basics. I can though.
Oh. I was gonna roll my own perception. Am I still doing this?
You both get a look at the spine of the book as it's carried out. There's an elaborate scroll set of runes on them. They're quite large, but completely unknown to either of you, unfortunately. If you
Is either-
could, if you had to, you could recall them later, drawing them on paper. But they're not a language you speak. After the historian council has left the room, your inn here, Miss Pistello, tells you that this could be the perfect opportunity for you to finally finish your training. Shall I call the Master of Tasks?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I put it off for this long, I guess.
She can't hide the creeping smile that's turning her frown upside down. You can tell it's something she's wanted you to do for a long time.
Have one of you guys watched the show Owl House at all?
No.
Okay, continue. This is reminding me of something that's very funny. Like there's a sorceress who's purposely avoiding being put into a school of magic so she could use any magic, and she has a sister that's very much like Maria Pastello. That's just like, hey, you should join a school of magic, and then she's like, no. So I just thought it was funny. Continue.
You are taken back to the central area, the large grand entrance to the Athenaeum, the first time you saw those big stacks and stacks and stacks of books. And there you wait until the Master of Tasks shows up. He's younger than you would have guessed, and very fit for a scholar. And he just motions for all of you to follow him silently, just with his hands come this way. He walks down along the long edge of the bookcases to the left, all the way around to the back of the room from where you entered. There's a massive circular hole in the floor here that has a counterweighted platform, almost like a dumbwaiter elevator. And he stands on it and motions for all of you to join him. Even the reluctant, rear enders. Even Leo, he motions to come on board.
Yeah, Leo's a rear ender.
You figured me out.
In a library, I figured he's probably not point.
I definitely follow.
Once everybody is on the dumbwaiter, he makes a gesture with his hands, and there's just like the smallest little crack of arcane energy between his fingertips, and the counterweights above you begin to drop down as though they were magically released, and you hear several cogs whirling, and the platform begins to sink deep beneath the bowels of the Athenaeum. You travel 200 feet below ground. You can no longer see the light of day. Once you reach the very bottom, with a single motion of his hand, the long, narrow corridor ignites. Every 10 feet, torches just snap on, creating a very highly visible pathway that terminates in a large circle. Once he walks down the now torchlit hallway, standing before the circle, he says, "All inquirers seeking the trial step inside of this circle," using his left hand to motion to the circle of knowledge on the floor.
I walk forward reluctantly.
Zaz walks forward too.
Leo's gonna do it too.
Intrigued and wanting to have the experience, Reed also steps forward.
I put my hands up, go, you all seem like you're going to have lots of fun. You go ahead.
Yeah, I stay back.
Hey,
Hey,
basic.
basic Zach.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Did you fall asleep?
Kind of.
Oh, bummer, dude.
Oh,
He looks for a moment to this master of tasks at the people who have not voluntarily stepped inside the circle. Will none of you share in the knowledge acquired from Alexis's membership?
I mean, I feel like
Uh,
information, but if we must,
If you will benefit from her acquisition of knowledge, you must participate in the trial.
We must increase our best.
I step into the ring, kind of muttering under my breath, like, please don't let there be disenchanting.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Once all of you have voluntarily stepped inside the circle of knowledge, he tells you that he will no longer be responsible for what befalls you in the coming trials. Only your deep study, keen wit, and strength of body can carry the day from this point forward. He stomps on the ground, creating a crack of thunder and lightning, illuminating that this isn't a circular room, but instead it's a pass-through. Basically, the room you came in was a T intersection. There's a path that goes far to the left and a path that goes far, far to the right. He mimics with his left hand, trial of mind, and with his right hand, trial of body. You must pass both of these, young Alexis, to earn your membership. And he basically just sits down, cross-legged, at the edge of the circle of knowledge and waits for you to make your decision.
go with the trial of mind first.
To the
Let's-
trial of the mind. Actually, let me do this. Before you lies an enormous stone archway flanking an intricate iron door. A narrow seam of bright light escapes the massive double doors, hinting at the awe and majesty of what might lie beyond. The soft, unworked stone floor beneath you seems to be the very bedrock that Eros is built upon, making this chamber as old or possibly older than the floating city itself.
Fun door.
The doors very clearly mark that this is the gateway to the trial of the mind. This is your last chance to turn back. Do you wish to proceed?
Let's go.
All right. Do we want to take a break tonight? Because if so, this is an opportune moment to take 5 for bio and drink and stuff.
That seems like a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick
How
5.
late are we going again?
Till 9.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is about halfway through. We don't normally hit a good break point halfway through, so.
But try, it's 9:30. Just kidding.
Let's make it a 4-minute break then.
I'll be back ASAP.
Are we back?
Yes.
I keep talking to nobody. I sure am.
Excrement.
Okay.
Gross.
Basics, are you currently reclining in your chair?
I mean, my chair is definitely part of the reason.
Like, full recline here?
Not full recline.
I'm going full recline, and it's great.
It is great, isn't it?
And it's great. All right. As everybody steps through the trial of the mind, the stone doors open. There's a blinding flash of light, and with the thunderous sound of the door closing behind you, you find yourself in a room with ornate tile work all over it. There are these large 5-foot by 5-foot tiles making up a grid work, and there are smaller colored tiles, red, white, blue, and brown. I'm going to show you what this looks like now. You know that... Oh, let me kill that music. That's a little bit much. Was that exceedingly loud for anybody else?
No.
Just me then. You know that the ether mages that live here draw their power from the elemental planes, in the same way that Pendilor was built near the nexus of the Feywilds. Ethervale, the flying city of Eros, and all of its smaller satellite cities are built near the connection to the planes of elemental chaos. So all of their power is derived from the 4 elements. This puzzle here seems to be paying homage to those 4 elements. Let's start by rolling initiative. It'll help keep track, I think, of who's doing what, which I realize now that you have to do from your character sheet, which complicates things considerably. Because you can't have your character selected. So let me do one other thing here. Let's go back to... Where was the last time we had a combat? Sorry guys, just one quick sec. This is a moment where the technology fails me. Who am I missing?
Who?
Oh, you guys can't see the turn tracker yet, I'm guessing.
See it, it's blank. So you're missing everybody.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I want to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Yeah, that's the problem. So there are no tokens, there are no character tokens on this, and I can't migrate tokens from another map. So we're gonna do this old school and just read. Kig, you have the highest initiative.
Cool.
As you will get to act first. Alexis is the most familiar with this puzzle and will explain the rules. You've done smaller versions of these in practice, Alexis, and it was a common logic puzzle during your studies when you thought that joining the Athenaeum was something you would be doing.
Okay.
The elemental puzzle has 4 elements present: fire, wind, water, and earth. Each row and column in this 5x5 grid requires exactly 1 fire, 1 air, and 1 water. All other empty squares can be filled with the earth tile, as earth is the most abundant resource on which the other 3 elements exist. The clues, the symbols around the edge of the map, so these guys here that I'm pinging, indicate which fire, water, or air symbol appears first in that direction in that respective column or row. Does that make sense?
Is this kind of like Sudoku?
It's a little bit like graphical Sudoku, yep. So, Kig, you had a moment of inspiration, and I'll give you first crack at a few minutes here. These tiles down here can be dragged and placed on the map.
Okay.
Do you guys think that 60 seconds per person is fair?
Oof. Can I get any help? Okay. So
Or is it better to work cooperatively? I don't know what's best. I've never done a game like this with this many players. So is it better for to have you guys work cooperatively, or should each person get a turn and then pass it to the next guy?
I think co-op.
Yeah.
Just
we wanna
because
do
I'm
first,
a
too.
little confused.
So, from what I understand, we just have to fill the inner board, right? Like the 5x5, not the entire thing.
Correct.
No
So
big-
yeah, one
elements around tell us the
2.
first one in that direction.
Exactly correct. Yep. And each row and each column can only have 1 of each.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's just
So there are going to be blanks.
no.
Right. Each of the blanks will be earth
Earth.
tiles.
Yeah.
If you want to use these to fill in those blank spots, just so that your mind is clear, I provided those, but basically we only care
Oh,
about
I can click those.
each of those can be moved. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry that took me so long. I am back
So does
now.
anyone want to join me? I mean, I can just start, honestly.
What is the quick catch-up version of what we're seeing?
Visual Sudoku using the 4 elements. Each row must contain one. Each row in each column must contain one and only one of fire, water, and air. Earth can appear any number of places, and the graphics along the icons along the edge of each row and column tell
Mhm.
you which element is first in that direction.
So since the top, the second and third icons are fire, there has to be fire beneath. Okay.
I feel like
Watch
that
right.
is an assumption that is not necessarily true.
You said it's first. Oh, in either direction.
Well, it has to be the first fire, water, or air in that column.
Mm. Oh.
Remember, Earth squares do not count, so.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, because
Because you see this, the top
gotta
row
be
now
less-
you have 3 fires in.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I get you. Okay. So this one actually can go here, and we can put an earth right here, and that will not complete the section.
Does there have to be one of each element in each row, at least?
Yes.
No.
One fire, one air, and one water in each row and column.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
So that means a wind has to be. Oh, you placed it on top. I see.
So actually, we could place this one here.
Yep, I like that fire in the second one.
Oh, okay.
That's a good fire.
Thanks, man.
I think the wind has to be directly in the middle there, maybe.
Well, if the wind icon is on the far right, that
It's
can't
also
work.
on the. It's also on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it can go there as for now as a placeholder, as right next to the wind icon, because it doesn't have anything else. I mean, we would need to put a water. We would need to swap this fire. Like maybe move this up here, and then bring the water right here, and have this air right there.
The fire couldn't be there.
Oh yeah, there's just another fire there.
Fire would have to be
The top
It has
corner.
to be the first.
here.
Yeah. Well, no, it can't go before air because the tile above it showing it's coming first.
So that's to do
If you
this.
guys are having fun, I want to let you figure it out. If you hit a spot where it's not fun or it's taking too long, I'd be happy to let characters make an in-game intelligence roll, and I can give you clues.
Cool. I'm having fun.
Fire cannot be there. Fire has to be the very top right corner.
Well, there's a fire in the middle. Do you see that as well in the top middle? So we can't have two.
Yes, but you can have earth in both of those spots.
Yeah, that's very true. No, yeah, that's right. So we put
Fire
an
just
earth
has to be
right
the first
there,
one in the column.
An earth right there. Yeah.
So far, that currently works for that.
Yeah, same
The
for
fire.
Earth has to
I
be
think
here
the
too.
fire is now fixed.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're exactly right.
It's worth pointing out, if my math is right, and I didn't go to law school for math, we need we need 5 of each of these elements that aren't earth, right?
Correct.
Good. We've got fire down,
So-
I think.
Right. So we need to find a place for 1 more
I
water
think
and 2 more air.
water needs to go. Oh shoot!
We need a
Hold
water
on.
in the middle somewhere.
So third column, water can't go here because
So
fire
how
has to be the
about-
first one.
That.
We need the 4th row to be fixed then
Oh yeah.
because of too much water.
Oh well.
That doesn't work, does it?
We'll just take. Could we not?
It could work if that last.
Could we not just
water
take the
here.
water and place it right here,
We could. Yes.
and then just put the dirt right here?
Okay, we just need to find 2 more air then.
We need an air in that.
Oh, we need an air in 4,
Yeah, in 4.
which theoretically we could put that right here, yeah, because that's not.
No,
occupied.
because water has to be first in that row.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So you could swap them, but we can't do that.
Well, we could then just put it over here, could we not?
No, because then
No.
it's in the
It's
column.
two
It's in a column.
Yeah. So that fourth row is really what's messing us up here. 'Cause otherwise, we look pretty
We also need an air in the second
right.
row.
Right.
Which
Which could go
air
right
could
there.
go.
Right next to water. Yeah.
Air could go here potentially. Right here. Except no, it can't. Never mind, because the water has to be the first one.
Well, I mean, couldn't we put this air here and put a brown block here, and then
Is that
put
allowed?
another air in the fourth row right here?
Yeah.
Is that fine?
It doesn't conflict with anything, no.
Cool.
So the issue we're running into is we still need one more air, and the only place
Oh.
we could put it with this is where that fire is. And I'm not saying I'm married to that fire, but it's nice.
That was a nice fire.
We could also switch it like this, maybe.
Yeah. Now we need an air in column 2.
Right. So just put the air right here. Well,
No.
No, because that messes up the fire requirements for the second row and column.
Yeah.
that's what I meant right there. Oh, fuck.
Yep. This is good. I like it. Okay.
So I have a question though.
Sure.
Maybe I've misunderstood this. When we have a symbol on one of the outer edges, though, does that not mean there has to be that corresponding element next to it?
No,
It
it
has to be
the first in the row.
in that row or column.
Yeah. So you can have earth before it, like we do in the fourth row. You see how we have earth, then blank, then water. Since water.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
And elements can't be next to each other, like in a cross, or
No, they can't, because then they would be considered in the same row or column.
They
right?
can't be.
right. Sudoku. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had a moment there going like, if we just put it right there, what the hell?
I had one of those moments when I was first solving this too, where I was like, "No, it goes there. It has to go there. Fucking hate this game." That moment when you solve it and you're like, "I did it. I have an extra fire token." Shit.
Maybe that bottom row shouldn't have them all right next to each other. Maybe
It has to, because if you look at the bottom, it says fire, water, wind. It has to be in that order. Technically.
No, what I'm getting at is it doesn't have to directly be in that order. We could put dirt in the way.
I guess.
Earth, fire, wind, water.
We're the
Here
Planeteers.
is the avatar.
Like, couldn't
Yeah,
you
maybe
couldn't you
left,
shift
right.
the second one to the second one to the left up one, and then the far right one down one?
The far right and second what?
Second left, I think he said.
You
This
can
is-
ping. This is my 5-minute check-in to make sure everybody's still having fun, or if anybody wants to make it an in-character roll, or if we'd rather solve this as players.
Why is there so many wins in this one spot?
I'd rather solve this as a human,
Nice.
not as a.
As long as it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
I think,
Now that I understand.
I think that fire was good though.
What if this fire goes here instead?
I think there's something to the two fires being in the exact same like coordinate spot.
We
but
can.
in different.
We can do
row
that,
and
Dex.
column. Same
We
with
just
the
have to have the
waters.
wind here then.
Which is nothing wrong with having a wind there.
And then we can have the wind here, actually.
Yes.
Go get my mom. She's good at Sudoku.
But
We have
this
some pigs
fire
on
would
the
have
top
to be down
row.
here.
right?
Okay.
And then we can have a wind. Water here. No, we couldn't have water there.
No.
Well. Hmm.
I want my own board to play with.
Now, Dax, we all have to share.
Okay, 3, 3. We need a water in the middle. Water in the second row. Somewhere. Before the fire.
That would have to be
Is that-
Earth. in
does that
these
work?
spots.
Can we do it?
That
No.
looks good. Yeah.
No, it
What's-
occupies all
Yeah,
proper.
what's wrong with that?
I'm just confirming.
Hold on.
That's
let
it.
Me see all the let me see all the signs at the edge. Yeah, like fire,
That's
water,
it.
fire. Air.
Yeah, you guys did it.
Hell yeah!
Woo!
Yeah.
I just started shifting stuff around. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I just did it.
I contributed.
I know. But that last burst there was me.
I didn't actually contribute. I was sitting here muted the whole time munching on popcorn, trying to figure out how the hell.
Yeah, very
'Cause I'm
well
like-
done, guys.
Oh, Feisty's alive.
Normally we wait until the end, but I'm going to take this opportunity now to compliment you on finding a good way to do puzzles in a role-playing game because I was screwed up.
They're hard to do, and it's hard to know. Like, it seems playful and fun to me, but then like if you're just having like an off night and none of this clicks for you, or you're just a guy that hates Sudoku, then this is like nightmarish. So I don't know. I'm glad it worked, and I'm glad you guys got it done so quickly.
I'm just glad I do Sudoku at the exit lane.
I'm just happy
At
I was
work.
able to jump in and help figure out
Yeah.
what was happening so quickly. That's cool.
It's confident. There's a lot of brain power in this channel, so I feel like there was going to be zero chance that I'd have to solve it for you or give you like 8 intelligent rolls to fix 8 positions. Very
Oh, boy.
impressed, guys.
12
There's-
intelligence, yeah.
You hear the deep resonating ring of a gong bell toll throughout the chamber. The door behind you open. The door behind you opens, and you're able to walk back to the central point. The Master of Tasks notes something in a scroll that he's writing in and smiles at you, and then with his left hand just says, "Trial of the body awaits." Do we need to do anything else, or are you guys ready to move on to the next trial?
Let's
Let's
do it.
try.
Yeah, let's go.
Do it.
Oh.
Oh, that hasn't updated yet.
Feisty is alive.
Yes,
Mhm.
he was sad apparently instead of.
That's fine.
Sorry, I was just catching up. Oh well, I guess you can be sad. It's a totally valid emotion. You are same thing. The giant iron doors swing open. You take a central path leading to intricate tile stonework that creates 4 sets of concentric circles that overlap each other. And at the outer edge of each concentric circle's circumference, there is a large floating green gem. There's a ruby that seems to be emitting a soft warmth and slightly orange glow. A malachite that has an elaborate crystalline structure that seems to be softly vibrating and periodically alters its own internal structure like a transformer reconfiguring into a different shape. There's a citrine that as you stare at it, you can feel a soft breeze tickle your exposed skin, and you hear quiet, distant whispers. And lastly, there's an aquamarine that is radiating a slight aura of cold. And from here, its surface always seems to be slick with water.
Wasn't that the first three like gems in World of Warcraft? Alright, continue.
What about them?
Yes, it is.
Citrine, Malachite, and Aquamarine are the first three gems you use in World of Warcraft for gem crafting from Classic
Nice.
And engineering.
and Engineering. I just found it I was like, wait a minute. Is this like a callback, or did he just guess?
Aquamarine was not one of the first
No.
three, though. But Citrine and Malachite were.
Yeah.
You find yourself in the platform that I described, and once everyone is in, let me pull out the people that aren't actually here. This is just a mass copy paste. That's better. Now I'm sad.
No curry cookies.
Once everybody's there, the vault door closes behind you, and all 4 of the gemstones thrum with power, and each of them flashes their respective color, and you watch as a creature emerges from the small flash of color that they create.
I like
What's
the
with all
yellow
these
one.
19s tonight?
Not enough 19s.
You're all making me look bad.
Well, you did that yourself, mister. We work for the princess.
Yeah.
Should have made
Yeah.
should have made the low intelligence guy talk then. Because I
one
genuinely
did.
forgot.
You went up and just started talking.
Well, everyone's just being real quiet about it.
Oh, okay. All right, Zell. It's like no 19 for me.
What are you missing
20.
in the initiative tracker?
We're missing.
Jezza.
I rolled.
You just didn't have your token selected, apparently.
Oh, dang it!
You
Sorry, I
goober.
can fix this. You Cooper.
He's a goofy Cooper. Rock.
Wait, what? Who's a goober?
You.
Oh,
I was just
Well,
joking though.
well, shit. I'm sorry.
All 4 of the summoned creatures immediately move towards you very, very aggressively. The fastest of them is the ball of energy that spurs out of the citrine. It seems almost ethereal. It's a small ball of light where tendrils of electricity wrap around it. It immediately runs right into Leo. And it attempts to shock you.
I'm shocked.
Shocked and appalled, even. It fails to do that. You dodge, sidestepping it slightly, but there's like that weird static discharge that makes your hair stand on end, and you can feel it. There's a warmth to it. Zaz, you go next.
Well, this seems like a bad time to try's suggested, hey, try like diplomacy and stuff plan.
It's true.
I'm going to destroy this hellhound with facts and logic.
Well, gosh, I hate being indoors. Indoors sucks.
I know. Quarantine gets to everyone, buddy.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm fine. Zaz is not afraid of anything except everything taller than him. And he definitely thinks that these gems should be in his pocket, even though they're very large. Zaz is going to take the initiative and just run over to this blue gem and is going to cast a Thunder Wave on himself. Less to shock the creature and more because he really thinks that somehow shocking the blue water crystal with lightning is going to do something cool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pretty sure if I hit this button, something happened.
Guaranteed something will happen.
And then I hit this one so that we know what I just did.
I don't really want to know what you just did.
It's nothing untoward, I promise.
This sounds a lot like my pull the lever crunk shenanigans.
Is it Constitution? It is Constitution. I fail and take the large banded blue sea snake takes 8 points
Mhm.
and is knocked back 10 feet. Is that right?
Right off the edge.
And
There
off
is.
the platform.
It skitters along the circumference of that ring, almost like there's some kind of unseeable barrier that sort of curtails it from being pushed off into nothingness.
Aw. Stupid invisible
And
walls.
the crystal itself seems unaffected by your spells.
Boo!
Bzz.
Alright, fine.
Do you want to take any other actions, as? You've got a bonus left.
Zaz wants to touch it. And if possible, take it.
The stone is almost as big as you are. Touching it,
That hasn't stopped him in the
it feels
past.
cold and wet. You try to pull on it with all of your strength, but it seems, despite the fact that it's floating in air, anchored by some magical force.
What if I do this?
And another paralyzer!
That was
You
pretty good.
literally strain to the point you feel like you might dislocate your shoulders, and the stone won't even budge.
I wasted the best roll of my
It
life.
is a really good strength roll. All right.
Yeah, let's just
Reed,
ignore the 20 he rolled for initiative.
you watch as Zaz runs over, shocks this giant, kind of corally-looking sea snake, and then he tries to just strains at pulling the giant blue gem, and you know that the intent was to put it in his pocket. Physics be damned.
And watching him continue to strain, I also know that he's going to let himself get killed by these snakes if I don't intervene. So I'm going to move in and attack, and attack, and attack again. That's my extra attack, and then I'm going to spend key points as well to do my unarmed strike.
Okay. Those two were successful.
Excellent.
Also a hit.
Do-do, do-do. Oh,
Cry.
Yes, sir.
In D&D logic, do we follow Pokemon logic or do we follow a typical fantasy logic? Does ice super effective or not very effective to fire?
I forgot to roll a second unarmed.
There
we go.
cold damage tends to be effective against fire creatures, yes.
There's all of my damage because they all hit. 8, 9, 5, 8. I can't math. Have fun.
I think that's 30.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, actually, that was 30. Good math. Good math, friend. I clapped.
That was
for
a hell of a barrage, yeah. Reed runs in a flurry of blows and staff strikes, dismantles the swarm of snakes, killing several instantly. The few that remain seem to grow stronger, and as it's down to like the last one or two snakes, your staff strikes suddenly feel like you're cracking into just blocks of ice. They seem very ineffective.
Damn.
That's a nice Hydra.
Alexis,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Is it now?
See.
Okie dokie. This would have helped if I had my character sheet open. I know what I
But-
want to do. Oh, I did have it open. It's just not on the screen. I would like to cast a spell of an icy variety over at the fire dude. This guy. Do one of these. Slow it down.
21 definitely hits. Or is that damage and I have to save? No.
Nope, that's
Got it.
damage. Oh my god, I think I did a perfect roll.
Very close.
Close. Yeah.
Oh, the damage was a perfect roll.
Yeah, I was one off. No, I was one off.
You aim your ray of frost directly at the hellhound that's still staggering out of its flaming portal, and as the beam of ice gets very close to him, the red elemental gem flares, and the beam is somewhat decimated. Like it becomes much narrower and seemingly less powerful. By the time it hits him, it's almost like a soft, gentle snow rather than piercing, cutting ice. He's staggered by the hit, but you get the impression it was not nearly as effective as it should have been.
I see.
Once the cold damage subsides and leaves your fingers, the red gem stops glowing and goes back to its sort of just dull, warm glow. Kig.
All right. So is I don't want to just assume that everything's hostile, but what is this little yellow thing by Leo, and why did he move so quickly? I want to investigate this thing.
It's a little ball of electricity and it tried to kill him. Kill him.
I'm trying to heal you to death.
See, I was gonna say Zaz should have tried using his thunder wave on the Yellowstone, since a thing of lightning came from it. Maybe it would react to it differently. Maybe each stone needs a different elemental property.
Hey, feel free to say that.
What?
Zaz is doing nothing but
You got the
experimenting right
big
now.
20. I couldn't say anything. You ran all the way over there before I could even think of anything.
Well, please stop chewing on my.
Oh shit!
So he's
I,
made of electricity. Then I'm not gonna. Ooh, but isn't my trident also made of electricity? Well, when I use
I think
the magical
made
word,
of metal. Yeah. Yes,
it turns into a bolt of lightning, though. Cool.
it does.
I'm gonna try throwing my trident at the Yellowstone and see what happens. I'm gonna move here though, away. Well, let's say I was here and then I moved over here and away. I don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity or anything if they think can even do that.
Right.
And I wanted, yeah, I'm gonna say Shazam, clap my hands, and I'm gonna throw my trident at the yellow.
Okay.
Champ.
You actually roll damage for it.
Yeah, let me get my character sheet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I muted myself, but I think I muted and unmuted myself and just started chewing away. My bad.
sure. And there's a lot of things that I let go, but I just can't
No, I
stand
didn't
that.
understand that. Which is why I'm apologizing.
That's the right thing I was looking for.
Oh, I was just trying to investigate. But now we know what it would have been if you had sneak detect the crystal. It's not super important just now. You chuck the trident at the crystal. It becomes lightning as it leaves your hands as you speak the command word. It arcs, completely enveloping the crystal. The crystal charges and starts to tremble slightly, and then discharges all of that lightning energy, completely illuminating. Do you see this black ring
Yeah.
that creates the lightning arcs all throughout this ring here,
Ooh.
but has no other effect.
All right. Did you guys see that? We need to. I think that it might mean something. Though I don't
I
have any other.
think
kind
it
of
might be. I think we might need to drag the enemies into the positions that they're weak to and kill them in those spots by
Oh.
empowering the magic crystals around the thing that would kill them easier.
Okay. I mean that's.
Or just murder hobo it.
Well, what's kind of significance do you think the ring has? I think the electricity arcing over it was a good thing, no? Maybe try shooting fire on your next turn into that red gem and see what happens. I know that he'll probably use a spell slot though.
What if we were to activate them all at the same time?
That's what I was thinking, but how do we do that with a turn order?
Delayed
Can we
actions?
coordinate? Oh, right. Oh, we got this lizard man moving towards Jezza and Leo. Good luck.
It's slow. This large six-legged basilisk just lumbers towards Jezza hungrily. Where it drools, the acid from its mouth is burning the stone floor, and it opens wide this large sort of double lidless eye, and it's like staring into a void. We'll deal with
It's
that in a
PG.
moment. The coral snakes turn after being beaten with a staff and bite Reed in retaliation.
Not the halfling. Anything but the
Don't worry,
sweet
I'm
halfling.
stout. I can take it.
Okay. Well, 3 points of piercing, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The bite itself is sharp but not terribly painful, but then you can feel this burning sensation as poison is pumped into your veins. You take an additional 14 points of poison damage.
Holy shit.
Just
Wow.
Oh, I have a advantage on saving throws against poison,
Then
Okay.
roll another
and I
round.
have resistance to poison damage.
These are all good
Monks.
things.
Since I just roll con again.
Yep. Nice. No poison damage, so you can stay at 34 hit points.
Fantastic. I'll take
'Cause
it.
22 is much better than 9. The snake bites into you, and you reflexively just flex that part of your forearm so hard that it forces the teeth out of your vein, and it just expels venom into the air as it withdraws to recoil.
Oh, thank God, I'm a stout half.
All right,
Remember that.
Jezza, at the beginning of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you
Oh,
have met the
God.
eyes of the basilisk's gaze.
Oh no. Where's saving throws again? Oh, this is gonna be bad. That actually wasn't terrible.
It isn't terrible.
Say it like that.
As you meet the creature's gaze, you stare deep into the infinite void that is its eyes, and you feel your joints begin to lock up. Your body feels heavy and immobile. You are starting to turn to stone. You are technically restrained this turn, and you repeat the saving throw at the end of next turn. If you succeed, the effect ends, but if you fail again, you become fully petrified.
Is this like high fantasy petrification where once I'm petrified I'm dead? Or
No, high fantasy petrification I think is fair, but it requires a greater restoration spell or potion or scroll of the same effect to reverse the petrification.
okay.
But for now, simply restrained.
Okay, so that means I can't. Do I effectively have no action this turn?
You have no movement.
Oh, what do I have in this bag of tricks of mine?
Basics was here. Blessing of freedom.
I do wish Basics was here
Is he
I'm-
not
for all
here?
the times that I was pinging him.
I'm very, very hopeful that taking the hat off won't immediately get me killed, but I honestly don't know. So, I don't know what to do here.
Also, now that it's your turn and you're aware, there is a mechanic in 5th edition that we should probably cover because I forgot not everybody plays 5th. It revolving around the idea of averting your gaze. So in other words, like with a basilisk or a medusa or a cockatrice or a bodak, anything that's got like a gaze attack, you can, once you're aware of the creature and its gaze attack, you can cover your eyes or close your eyes or shield your vision somehow, which gives you disadvantage on all of your attacks. But it basically negates the gaze attack, meaning you don't have to save at the beginning.
Look away from the gaze.
I would like to close my eyes.
Okay.
Hey, try.
Sir.
If I didn't move, can I have a bonus action where I pick this up and move her like a tile over beside me, the other side?
You want to move Jezza?
Yes.
How retroactive is this? Pretty far. I don't like to go back more than a turn.
It's the same turn.
Well, the poisonous snakes just went before them, the basilisk before that, Kig, and before that you.
Yes.
That's going back like 4.
Okay, never mind. Continue. I know what you mean now. So continue.
So, Jezza, you have the option of like a ranged attack or at disadvantage if you're going to avert your eyes, or...
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to avert my eyes and...
Cool.
Hunker down.
That seems like the best of a bad set of options.
Yeah.
Leo, same drill. At the beginning of your turn, you're within 20 feet of the basilisk. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Nice. Not a problem for you. It stares at you, even focusing at it. You fearlessly just maintain locked eye contact with you, shrugging. Like, what?
I'm already made of stone, 'cause I'm a dwarf.
Nice.
I want to drink one of these potions that my fair lady gave me.
Okay. My fair lady.
It's produced by Pfizer, so good luck
Nice.
with that.
Oh my god.
Roll to see if you're allergic.
How do I do that?
You down the vial. There's a sudden swelling surge, like that early onset of adrenaline in your body, and you watch as you start to tear through your shirt. Your size literally doubles. So for you now, what are you, almost 8 feet tall?
Nice.
Hey, dick. Your dimension and your size in every dimension is doubled. Your weight is multiplied by 8. You are now a large creature for size measurement purposes. And until the spell ends, you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And
Nice.
your weapon has also similarly increased in size, dealing in a dex. Wow, I don't know why I can't talk tonight. Weapon does an extra d4.
Sweet. How long does it last for?
1 hour or until concentration? That can't be right with a potion, though. 1 minute, excuse me, not 1 hour. 1 minute, 10 rounds.
Okay. Was that an incidental or is that an action?
That is an action to use it.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just move closer to Basilisk.
Fuck you, Basilisk.
And then I'm just going to stare it down since that was my action already.
I do like your bravery.
Alright, I'm good.
The Hellhound moves in. As it's charging, it parts its mouth like it's beginning to bark or growl at you, but instead you can see in the back of its throat the flicker of a living flame as it extends its tongue. It's literally like dripping liquid fire, and then it belches a conical gout of flame on both Alexis and Jezza. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Jezza, unfortunately, you make yours with disadvantage.
Okay. Disadvantage. This one should be much better. I had a really good one.
Nice. I like how even with disadvantage, you still made yours. Unfortunately, Lav, you are going to take 6d6 of fire damage.
Woof.
Has the potential to kill me.
Why did that not roll? Oh, there it goes. 22 points of fire damage.
That almost killed me.
And it howls with delight, seeing how effective it was. The will-o'-the-wisp instead is now attracted to Kig.
No.
No. I will attempt to shock you, because that worked so great for me last time.
Good luck.
11 points of lightning damage. It
Ow.
just touches you, like the outer edge of its circumference disappears into your body, almost like it's incorporeal, but as it does so, it shocks your whole body like a taser. And Zaz, it's your turn.
Well, I had cool things to do, and someone almost died.
I'm sorry I made it paper.
It's not his fault.
We should have got you some sort of like elemental resistance robe when we were at the market, the bazaar.
I do. I have an elemental resistance to cold.
Well, that doesn't help here.
Yes, it does. There's ice snakes.
It's like a water
All right.
snake.
We should upgrade you from paper to construction paper.
I know, right?
Cardboard's a little
Zaz is going to do his healerly duties.
Okay.
The lightning thing didn't work out in the moment, so he's going to rush over and I'm going to cast a fully powered Cure Wounds. And instead of the usual prayer that you would expect from somebody casting a pretty powerful Cure Wounds, he's instead going to whisper, "You better deal with this because I don't want to get fired."
Oh, man.
So that's 15 total.
Welcome back to the living.
Ride the lightning.
Taste the rainbow.
And that was your turn. Reed. Dealing with the deep ocean coral blue snake.
Did the blue gem react to the thunder? I don't remember.
No.
Did not react.
But the other one did. Just saying.
Yeah, but I don't have radiant
Yeah.
damage. Is not the same as those other elementals, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to take a bonus action to disengage, especially after seeing that venom fly out of the snake's fangs as I disengage, or flexed, pulled my badass monkery shenanigans, and take 2 steps back there. And then I'm going to use my Radiant Sunbolt to attack, just to test to see if I can do any more damage on this guy. And extra attack just for the fuck of it. Hey.
Whoa.
They both hit.
Radiant, the first one was 5, and then we're doing the crit hit, right?
Yes. Let me pull up that table. I did not have that prepared today.
The snake drops its weapon.
Nice.
Its fangs fall out of its mouth.
And I have
I'm
another
gonna
present.
defang the snake. Re-engage.
You tripped up the snake. It's now prone.
83's got to be pretty good.
15.
Your strike surprises your opponent. The target is surprised until the end of their next turn.
Sure the target's not dead?
I am unfortunately certain of that. Reed, you withdraw to a safe distance, knowing that this is a very dangerous foe, and because you've seen how lethal the poisonous strikes can be, you know that you have to end the fight quickly, both for your sake and the sake of your allies. You summon all of your monkly prowess and fire the largest Radiant Sunbolt you've ever fired. It actually blinds the room for a minute, filling it with this burst of sunlight. Once the glow fades, the serpent remains, seemingly unscathed. It just takes one little coiling step closer to the blue gem.
Can you narrate all of my encounters, please?
Literally unharmed whatsoever from the attack.
All right. Make a quick mental note. Guys, these only take so much damage.
That, or they only take damage to specific types. Who damaged it before?
Me.
And you used a Radiant Sunbolt?
I used bludgeoning and radiant.
Now, do we know that your Radiant did damage?
Fairly certain it did. But it stopped
Did it?
taking damage. It seems to have gotten stronger.
Yeah, what the narration was after he had landed his flurry of blows last time, most of the smaller snakes had been killed off in that flurry of blows, but one large coral blue snake remained, and its skin seemed to harden like ice, making it resistant to any future strikes.
So pick it up and wrap the blue crystal with it.
Alright, Alexis, it's your turn. Staring down the angry, flaming gullet of a hellhound, what do you want to do?
Move.
Using your action to disengage, or are you moving and taking the attack?
Not moving.
Fair enough.
I forget that's a thing. I'm gonna try Ray of Frost again. Now that it's significantly farther away from the crystal. Point blank. Also, did you take into account that it had a 10%? Not that it matters now. That it had a movement reduction of 10.
I know that is what the spell does. Yes, it's got a speed of 50.
Fair enough.
The Ray of Frost misses this time.
Okay.
It's maybe just too aggressively pursuing you. You were a little scared, or you shot just too quickly, and it's bearing down on you.
Oops.
Alexis, make an intelligence check. Since you're the only one who's had official training leading up to these trials.
Oh. Well,
Nice. There was an old apothem, quick little rhyming scheme in reference to the trial of body that you had to remember when you were a student. And you can't recall the exact thing, but the rhyme schemey part sticks out in your mind as a strong memory. Overcoming them is a toil, but every element has its foil.
we drag them to the opposite sides. Okay. I'm like, I think we drag them to the opposite sides.
What is the opposite of green?
The opposite of wind is lightning.
Wind is lightning. I mean,
If it's 4 elements, the opposite of wind would be earth.
Is the green crystal earth?
Because Alexis has a 21 there, I'm going to put something in the upper right-hand corner. This is the hierarchy of elements as taught at the Athenaeum.
There we go.
cool.
Fire consumes air. Air erodes earth. Earth absorbs water. Water douses flame.
Okay.
But now I'm more confused about the colors for Earth and Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a perfect system. I couldn't find the right gems that I want. Actually, I guess I could have just done them in reverse, but there wasn't a good brown, and yellow has always spoken to me as air.
Don't get me started on a good brown.
There are so many ways you could have worded that probably would have been infinitely better than what you said.
Oh, I meant what I said.
All right.
Is this one of the sports balls references?
Oh no.
No. It's either a confectioner's joke or an anal sex thing.
Miss number 2.
I see what you did there.
Miss number 2.
So who can shove, like, or push? Anyone?
We've seen Thunderwave manipulate them.
Well, I'm currently a giant, so maybe I can throw stuff.
That
You
is
could probably just
advantageous.
pick stuff up and throw it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
try that on my turn.
you probably could. So I want to try to blind him. Can I like specifically make a shot for his eyes? If I want to, first I want to disengage. Use my bonus action to disengage out to like right about here, and I want to use my short bow to try to at least like avert his gaze. You know what I'm saying? Make him hold his eyes so that he's not looking at my friends.
Let me think about this. Normally, like, there is no mechanic in Dungeons and Dragons that allows that specifically, but here's the deal I'll strike with you. The attack is made at disadvantage, and if it's successful, it deals only half damage, but wedges right in his eyelid, forcing him to close his eye for a turn.
I like it.
If that seems equitable, then roll
like
those
it.
dice.
I like it. Okay. So no sneak and at disadvantage. All right. Well, let me. Okay, I moved already.
I'm happy to let you roll sneak.
Okay.
Just
Because Leo's there. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the shot goes wide and hit him right at the densest part of his forehead where his scales are like solid stone, and the arrow just ricochets off. Twing!
All right. Well, sorry, Leo. Good luck throwing him with not
It'll be
looking
fine.
at him.
I'm already made of stone.
Say, Leo's not averting his gaze. The basilisk attempts to bite you. It's slow and plodding. It's more like just a giant catfish trying to devour a smaller fish whole in its mouth. It's very just, I'm going to eat you now. And I think that matches, does it not?
It matches, yeah.
11 points of piercing damage, and you have resistance to poison as a dwarf, right?
Correct.
So the 3 becomes 1. You take 12 points.
Okay.
And that was the weakest 2d6 of poison ever. One shy of the worst it could possibly be. Alright, the Snicky Snack takes its turn.
They are surprised.
Till the end of their turn, yep.
Very surprised.
Kig, having been not super effective against trying to inject Reed with its poison, it tries biting you instead. Oh, and it fails miserably.
Yeah.
See, still surprised.
This is a very pitiful snake.
It is not the best snake I've ever played with.
Now the.
Oh my god. I'm calling your mothers.
My mind lives in the gutter.
I think.
What does 93 do?
Other snake.
I'm reading, trying to interpret how it's going to work for. It lunges at basics, fangs bared. Knowing what's coming, Reed has a split second to take action. Kig doesn't even see it coming, still staring at the weird basilisk creature that Leo's engaged with. He turns to meet the serpent's gaze too late, doesn't have a chance to get any defenses up. With deft monk alacrity, he's able to strike the serpent just below its jaw, and for a second, the snake goes completely rigid and falls to the ground, stunned in place.
I love it. Oh,
Jezza, your turn.
Am I no
You
longer
see-
restrained?
Oh, you didn't make a save at the end of your last turn, did you?
I averted my gaze. Should I roll that now?
Yeah,
It's Dex Constitution, right?
it is.
Oh, well, that was with disadvantage. With averting my gaze, would that be with advantage, or?
You don't actually. So sorry. No. You don't have to roll. Sorry, no rolling as long as you're closing your eyes.
Yeah, that's what I chose to do.
You're good.
All right,
roll.
so we have a lightning ball, we have a hellhound, we have a basilisk, and we have a bunch of blue snakes. We have a blue gem covered in ice, a red gem, an earth, a wind gem, and an earth gem from the Will-o'-the-Wisp, or is Will-o'-the-Wisp air and earth is green?
Air.
Will-o'-the-Wisp is air, and the basilisk is earth green.
Yeah, the guy
Okay.
that's turning us into stone would be the Earth guy. I think it's easiest to say just that we're just wanting to swap the north and south gems, pretty much. Or not
Yeah.
gems, but the monsters with each other.
Yeah, okay.
And the yellow guy moves really fast. He just needs to be provoked. So he doesn't really need to be CC'd at all. The one that needs to be CC'd is the big stone guy. If you remember, John said he moves really slow. So he's going to be sluggish if we have him just walk towards us.
Okay. I would like try.
Mhm.
I would like to move here.
I like try also.
I would like to try my best FIFA impression. I'd like to attempt to kick the Will-o'-the-Wisp into the green gem.
I feel like
Rather,
he's right through him.
If this works, we all have to yell goal really loudly, like we're in
Is it-
a.
rather than have it be an attack, let's have it be a grapple. So roll athletics.
Okay. Oh god, athletics.
It's really gonna be all right, I think.
Okay, not with disadvantage. Hold on. And there we go.
Oh, look at that!
I have 5 strength, sir. My athletics is 0.
Roll.
well, can't you roll with acrobatics instead? Being
No,
a monk?
I beat it. It's just one of those things where
Oh.
it's like tries like it'll be fine, sir. I assure you, it will not be fine.
Gotcha.
Mouse over my roll so you can see what my strength is. I have a
Wow.
-5 to strength. That's why I was fairly confident this is going to go well for you. But
Shit. Okay. Gotcha.
all right, so you do execute your kick. Roll a d6 plus strength. So I guess just a d6.
Well, are you factoring negative strength or just a d6?
If your strength is negative, then a d6 -1.
My strength modifier is -3.
Oh my god!
I have 5, sir.
So
Like, should I just like?
3 then.
What's the correct course of action here?
You're a monk. Use your dexterity.
I'm okay also applying dex here. So
Yeah, actually, I have.
like an unarmed strike. So just do it as a d6 plus your damage modifier, which would be dexterity. I'm just trying to adjudicate distance here.
An unarmed strike, so just basically. Do you want damage or hit effectively for an unarmed strike?
Damage.
Damage? That. Wow, that was a low roll.
Take 6 points of damage.
Oh, me?
No, it.
Oh, okay.
And you put it clearly into green territory, shy of crashing into the crystal. But you do it like Pele bicycle kick style.
Pele.
Yeah, good.
Look at me.
That was. Thank you. I'm like, there's a soccer player. I should know this name. Could not for the life of me remember.
Was that 2 dated basics?
No.
Okay, so that was my action. Hold on.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we moving the enemies into the crystal they're strong against, or into the element they're weak against?
Oh, right. I should have put it into fire. Oh, no, wait. This... No.
Wind is
This should get rid of the basilisk, right?
Man, I don't know.
I do.
Like, what is our game plan?
Alexa said that she thought her interpretation of the rules were that, or at least Alexis's vote, if memory serves, was to move the creatures into the circle that they are weakest to. So, like, you would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we would have needed to Pele that into the fire circle?
Correct.
Because fire beats wind?
Yeah. Okay,
General
Oh.
direction.
I'm gonna use Step of the Wind to take a 1 key point to make a dash as my bonus action.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I'm in melee range of it. I would like to set up an attempted, I guess, an attack of opportunity. If the Will-o'-the-Wisp attempts to move, I'd like to set up a thing where I attempt to hit it into the green gem still, just to see if that would work.
You can't. That would be more like a delayed action, and you can only delay if you didn't take your action this turn.
Fair enough. I will wait my turn where I am.
Leo.
I'm squaring up with an orange ball.
How big is this basilisk?
It is large size category.
So same as me?
maybe,
But
yeah,
so is
same
he.
as you. Maybe
Okay.
16 feet long, 5 or 6 feet
Um,
tall at the shoulder.
Can I grab it by the tail and spin it around and throw
Mario
it into?
spin.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Make an athletics check opposed by my athletics check.
Okay.
Remember, you will get advantage on this roll because of your elixir. Nice. Yeah. You definitely just outpower it. It is immensely heavy. 1,200-1,300 pounds. You wrestle it over onto its belly, grab its tail. It's a lot of work to get it initially going, but once that inertia takes over, spinning him is pretty easy.
Sweet. I'm spinning it towards I believe the wind crystal. Is that where I'm throwing it to? Everyone?
Yes.
That is where I'm throwing it to.
Yeah,
Wait,
you're aiming for here.
Yes.
Are you sure?
are we sure?
Yes.
Hold on. Is
Yes.
it not? Okay, yes. Like, yeah, the yellow one.
It is the earth creature, therefore it is weak from wind.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm throwing it towards the wind crystal.
Sounds good.
Roll 2d6 for me, plus your strength modifier.
All right. How do I do that?
You can use the multi-dice roller macro in the lower left-hand corner. It'll give you a couple of prompts, but if you just
Modifier
answer them,
is 4. Okay.
nice. You can move him up to 11 squares towards that yellow. So you can, if you want him here, he's there, or
Yeah.
here.
That's good right there.
Okay.
He just slams right into the crystal.
You chuck him. He takes 11 points of damage as you hurl him halfway across the arena, like Bowser. It thuds. It takes him like 3 or 4 full seconds to like roll himself onto one set of his 6 legs so that he can right the ship again. And he seems even slower if that's at all possible.
So long.
Farewell. Halfway to saying goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you for Marius. That was beautiful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then I'm gonna start walking over that direction.
Okay.
Since I'm a large creature, do I have a bigger movement
Stride.
or what? Or no? Is it
I
same
don't
amount?
think that changes actually.
Okay, so
I know that doesn't make a ton of sense, but
Nah, he's slow now.
that's true.
I think I can still make it over there. So it's gonna be like right next to him.
Nice. I'm happy
I
with
say I can, therefore I can.
that. Don't forget, as a large creature, you threaten additional squares, so you could actually be here and still hit him in melee.
Okay.
It's not relevant in this particular example, but since you have 2 other vials.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay.
And look at him menacingly.
I am going to roll my 6-sided die to see if my flaming breath comes back off of cooldown.
Yes.
It does.
It does.
Oh,
This elf is on fire.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like you're bullying him?
I don't mean to, but it's just that's what something with a breath weapon does. It looks for the opportunity to hit two things, and if it recharges, it definitely uses it again.
Remember when I was like, "Hey, you guys better deal with this thing," and then everybody pissed off?
you know, he had the opportunity to move, and he decided to not take it.
All
For
right.
the record, I was already elsewhere. Thank you.
Zaz and Alexis need to both make dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, that seems right.
All right. Alexis takes 13 and Zaz takes 26.
Good God.
That was a fairly decent breath weapon. I'm excited for that Hellhound because he's getting serious value for his spells. All right. The Will-o'-the-Wisp just turns after being kicked like a soccer ball and attempts to shock you.
Okay.
What a shocking turn of events.
22 hits, right?
Oh God, what is my AC? 17, yeah.
9 points of lightning.
Ow.
It's better than 26 fire damage.
That is true. Zaz, it's your turn.
All right, fine. You guys get to try tricky stuff later. We're done with this. Well, wait. One of these two players just moved.
No, it has moved.
I know there wasn't an elf between me and that dragon a second
Yes, there
ago.
was.
Yeah, he hasn't moved at all. And you went right up to him to heal him, remember?
How did that?
I'm really pretty
I've
sure
done like
Alexis hasn't moved in 2 turns.
No, he decided to not.
That's
move,
really bizarre.
Yeah.
and he-
I've done like 4 calculations based on him not being there.
I have not moved an inch this entire encounter.
She is a master of shadow magic, so
True.
All right, well, if you all are going to ignore this, then sorry, guess what? You're going to eat this too. I'm shooting this with wind, and I'm
I
gonna
want to
hope this
mention I
works.
did not ignore it. I'm the only one who hit it.
You stood there and closed your eyes.
That was
You know what I'm?
Jessa. What the fuck?
That was me, yeah.
first you're invisible, and now you're somebody else.
Fire is strong against wind.
Okay, fine. Blow me up all you want. Go ahead.
Either way, this probably isn't even going to work, but I'm giving it my best shot because, shoot, I don't know what else to do.
All right.
So, all right, fine. To do this a little less aggressively player killing,
Oh no.
Zaz is going to run up here and try and blow this thing over to, hey, 2 healthy people that can help me deal with it.
Nice.
I'm sensing some hostility.
In
In fact, no, we're going to do this even better. I'm going to intentionally blow this line. Let's see if I can get my ruler tool out.
I sense some hostility. I've sensed some hostility ever since Tries tried to kill me every game.
Every game.
Yeah, I can get this line right here. Let's do this. I want to line this line up right here so that there's no possible way that that 3-foot tall punching thing doesn't notice that his 2 teammates are on fire.
I did not abandon you.
I'd like to mention I'd abandoned no one. I have not moved.
All right. You create your gust of wind. On its turn, it will make its strength check, and if it fails, it gets moved. You used your move action to get there. You have a bonus left. Is that right?
My bonus is to go, hey, we're on fire!
Fire drill.
I think I don't get pushed.
Yeah, it shouldn't. You shouldn't be in the line.
Okay.
Reed.
I also
your
broke the spell save DC with my strength save right there.
Nice. Well, lad.
Okay, what just happened? Did it move? Did it stay put?
It'll save on the beginning of its turn.
Got it.
Right now, it's being buffeted by strong winds.
Is the snake still stunned, or is it regained its footing, or so to speak?
It's stunned. So melee attacks against it have advantage.
If I tried to pick it up and do the toss, would it be able to resist, or would it have disadvantage against that?
I think disadvantage is fair.
Since I was already dealing with this snake before screaming Zaz, I'll get to you in a second. Hold on. I'm gonna try to, I guess, grapple to grab it and then toss towards lovely Crystal here. What do I have to do to actually do that, though?
Make an athletics check. Is that your grapple?
Okay. This is gonna suck. Oh, not bad.
You have it grappled. Give me 1d6 plus dexterity.
That's my d6 without the dex. 4. So plus 3. So 7.
You pick up the stunned serpent like a javelin and throw it basically towards the corner where Jezza is, where the earth crystal is. As it crosses the threshold of this overlapping Venn diagram circle, the ice armor that has encased its body instantly liquefies, and as it lands, it gets all cut up on the jagged stone floor, taking 10 points of damage.
Sweet. Hey, Jezza, incoming.
Oh yeah, it's poisonous.
Look out.
Alexis, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, I guess
wait.
you have a move.
Yeah. That said, I'm going to move to be here.
Okay. Now Alexis's turn.
Disengage.
Finish it.
Please.
Is poison damage considered earth?
That's how I would classify it.
New question: If I make something forcefully move, and it moves away from me, does that mean it gets I would trigger an additional attack of opportunity?
Force movement
No.
does not provoke attacks.
Okay, so I'm gonna do infestation on this hellhound.
I don't know infestation. Can you link it? Okay, I'm making a con saving throw. I failed.
Tragically.
9 points of poison.
Oh, you get to roll a d4.
Yeah. Oh, it already got the rules and everything.
Yep. Move away from me, thought. Please.
How many squares? 5 feet.
5 feet, 1 square.
Right out of
Zaz.
my wind.
Yep.
Oh my god, God damn it.
Cool.
I'm the best. However, I can move now, yeah?
You can.
Yeah.
I just imagine as like shadow stepping mage who just gives you the deuces.
Oh wait, no.
And fades
Actually,
out.
I take that back. Here. Because I realized I'm not getting anywhere near the basilisk
Yeah,
now.
step away from this basilisk. What are you doing?
Poor Zast.
Strums her shadow guitar. Rock and roll lives forever. Dex, if I can answer the question out
Mhm.
loud, provoking an attack of opportunity is done mostly by breaking base contact with something. So if you're in contact with an enemy and you try to run away without something that mitigates that effect, then that guy gets to hit you. It's basically like
Oh.
creating a vulnerability.
I meant more along the lines of, I should have said taunting the
Oh.
enemy focus to, like,
There
hey,
are
pay attention to me instead.
there is no built-in game for like aggro tabling in D&D. There are some classes that get a taunt-like ability that will give a creature disadvantage if their attacks include anything but that target, which is often pretty effective. My modus operandi tends to be like whatever is the greatest threat. If it's not a super intelligent creature, then it's whatever has done the most damage to it. If it's an intelligent creature, it might be able to see like, okay, healers die first because they'll prolong the encounter. But there's not really like a taunt mechanism.
And yet they go after me.
Okay.
All
Thank
right, Alexis, you infested and then bounced. Kig, it's your turn.
All right. I feel like everyone's got a job to do, so I don't know what I can't really do anything in terms of pushing or pulling or CC at all, really.
Feel that.
um, and we got to do something about that dog.
I gotta move the dog.
I just feel useless.
Well, if the snake had its frost armor shattered when it crossed the threshold into the earth ring.
Right, I can go kill it. Okay, that sounds right. But what about Leo? He needs some help too.
Do I? Do I need some help?
I
Kill
don't
the
know,
snake.
I think you
Snake.
beat him up.
twice as large manville, so maybe not. Well, whatever.
The manliest manville you've ever seen.
Cool. I'm just gonna walk right behind this guy and stab him with my my sword.
Your sword.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
you can be kick the
sword.
sword if you actually succeed.
Do I have advantage on this attack?
No.
It's
No,
normal,
you don't
right?
have an ally in melee. Yeah.
Though no ally in melee, but I don't. Nothing else that gives me advantage. No. Okay. All right. Sorry. Boom. Oh.
Okay. Maybe we stick to Kig the Trident. You
Or kick the bow.
take your heroic pose over there. Die, foul denizen of the deep, and you bring your death stroke down upon it. Only you don't quite sever its head; like it gets stuck in the vertebra, and then you're having to stand on its coiling, serpentining back, trying to get your sword stuck out of the bone. It is just gruesome and gnarly. The snake clings to a tenuous bit of life.
Jeez. Cake's not having a good day. He doesn't really like this place.
All right, Basilisk's turn. It attempts
Try out.
to bite Leo. And you're still not raging, correct?
Correct.
2 points of piercing, 2 points of poison.
2 points or 12 points?
2 points of piercing, or 12. Yeah, sorry, 12 points of piercing, 2 points of poison. The 5 becomes 2 because of your resistance.
I mean, I'll take 2 points of piercing if you want.
Total
But-
14.
12 sounds better.
I mean, for me,
This
that's
just
how I
in.
win D&D.
Leo got some piercings.
Ooh. And then the poisonous coral snake will attempt to bite Kig the Sword.
He can try.
I don't have advantage anymore, but 21 would have been the first roll. 21 hits. For 6 points of piercing, and I need a con saving throw.
How can he even do that with like half a head? Come on. Okay.
It's easier to turn around and bite now because it's hinged.
Oh, gross! Like Constitution saving throw shit.
Yes, please.
Do I just hit Constitution in like my sidebar of stats?
Make sure that it's on the saving throw section, not the attribute section or ability score.
Okay.
You see how there's a difference, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, fucking A.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. Oh my goodness. You feel an intense burning as your veins swell. Thick black venom is injected into your body, and immediately you can feel it just burning into your body. Your tissues turning necrotic on sight.
So is that a 20 points of damage?
You take 20 points of poison damage.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna die,
Jezza, it's your turn.
but that's all right.
Okay. Try, when we first started this encounter.
Club, buddy.
Hi. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was muted there for a second.
No, you're good.
When we started this encounter, these creatures manifested out of the gems, correct?
Correct.
So if for some reason the gems were to stop working, would you say it's a fair assumption that these creatures would cease to exist?
Possible. They're summoned creatures, so
What are you planning?
Okay. I'm going to try my move the thing again, but I'm going to do this a little bit better. I'm going to use my quarterstaff to try and like baseball the wisp into the ruby.
okay.
Because yeah,
Your shots.
if I can get the earth or the one thing into the fire gem, maybe it'll cause a short circuit and to kill the basilisk or kill the hellhound. I mean, other than it's that or Zaz dies, I'm pretty sure.
John hasn't
'Cause I
rolled
can't-
yet.
Because I can't do anything to manipulate the hellhound.
Try kicking the ball into the hellhound.
I think I'm just going to hit Zaz.
I don't know if that's the answer. But it's worth a try. Saz, what do you think?
I mean, I don't have really any other option.
I like yellow ball, red pocket. Let's go with that idea.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Try, for lack of a better word, quarterstaff attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow
Looks like
ball,
a
red
baseball
pocket.
If the intention is to move it rather than damage it, let's do it like a grapple again.
Oh my god.
I
A
love it.
grapple.
Okay.
1-2.
Do we factor around monk dexterity, or do you want me to use
I'm fine
strength
with
again?
using dexterity is fine.
Okay. So that's what, dexterity saving throw, or just my dex?
Just use I guess acrobatics if you have that proficient.
Yep.
Would be the best analogy.
Yep.
I don't think I can possibly beat that. I cannot.
That's the
Actually,
swarm of poisonous
mathematically, I
snakes.
can't. Oh, well. Ah, damn it. I closed it out. Thanks, Sventies.
Sorry. I'm just trying to
Wow.
save my friends.
Thanks,
That was
Obama.
close.
Thanks, Obama.
Dips an oversized cookie into a glass of milk.
Okay, so now you want damage, I'm guessing?
Yeah, roll 2d6 plus your dexterity.
2d6 plus dex. Wait, on. Like that?
Mhm.
It's 11.
You can put it anywhere in this area. Here, 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 there.
Right there, like in contact with the ruby.
Okay.
Or the citrine, or...
The ruby. Yep. It takes 11 points of damage as it comes into contact with the fire gem. The fire gem flares bright red, a wreath of flames surrounds it, and it burns the wisp, who for a moment stops being luminous and incorporeal and just becomes like a solid orb. It falls to the ground like a bowling ball.
Okay.
You have a movement, and then it's Leo's turn.
Okay, I have 40 feet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice.
I'm gonna try and help Zaz a little bit here.
Okay.
Hey.
Leo?
Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna manville
Man.
this basilisk.
Yes.
First, I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna manville. And I'm gonna do what's it, a reckless attack on it.
Plus your
And I'm gonna
additional
do it twice.
1d4.
Okay. Hit. Oh my goodness.
And then I'm gonna do it one more time. Miss probably.
Unfortunately, the second one is a miss.
All right, that's fine.
I like 15 points of damage though.
1d4.
Oh yeah, and I also have extra damage from the potion.
Being big.
The previously very tanky and almost indestructible basilisk was difficult to wound and injure. Now that it's adjacent to this wind crystal, the blow from your enormous manville shatters its outer carapace like thin shale stone. It just starts flaking off, and you can see beneath it rocky organs just sort of crumbling under the weight of its own body. Dust is leaking out like blood might. It's in a very bad way. Your attack was devastating to it.
Nice. And then I got some what's called on them, some ancestral protectors, taunting it, laughing at its stone organs.
Nice. Got pebble kidney. and now, unfortunately, it is time for the Hellhound to go.
Oh no,
Shit.
both of you guys.
Well, they're not in a cone though.
I will bite randomly decided. Let's let the die speak. Zaz will be 1, 2, and 3. Jezza will be 4, 5, and 6.
Not to shoot myself in the foot, although that seems right. But doesn't that flame cone charge on a 5 or 6?
I thought it was just a 6.
No, I read it as a 5/6 when you did it last time.
Oh, it is a 5 and a 6.
Oh my god, Zell.
Excellent. Then yeah.
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 Zaz, architect of his own destruction. I'll
Oof.
breathe on you again. I'm so sorry, Zell. Dexterity saving throw.
You got this.
No, this is not what I'm good at.
Oh wait, that's a 19.
This just in. You only needed a 12, so you take 9 and don't die this turn.
Okay. All right.
As the Stormbringer lives one more day. All right, start of round 4. A bowling ball will-o'-the-wisp slowly starts to reanimate. Little tendrils of crackling energy start to lift it off the ground ever so gingerly. And where previously it was darting around super fast, it takes like a slow, laborious roll just to get that close to Jezza. And it will attempt to make an attack with disadvantage. It fails. It just is so slow, it tries to just touch you. You easily just turn your torso sideways and it completely whiffs.
Oh, it's sleepy.
Zaz, your turn.
Oh boy.
Do you want to just let the gust of wind lapse, or should you have made a concentration save to maintain it?
Oh no, I'm just gonna let it lapse. It's fine.
That was a great idea, though.
It was.
Oh. Okay. Well. Oh, there's so many people here now.
I love that I've gotten 3 breaths out of 4 turns on that damn thing.
All right, sorry. A lot of things changed around me very quickly. So I'm just gonna hit this thing for damage. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with a Toll the Dead.
Okay.
And I think this is not gonna work the way I want, but I'm gonna click this button anyway. Yes.
I don't.
That totally didn't do what I wanted
I
it
really
to.
don't know why that doesn't roll damage for you.
No idea. In theory, I'm 5th level. This should take 2d12 damage.
Yes.
If it fails its save, yeah. All right.
You Toll the Dead kind of sounds like the peal of thunder. The necrotic damage that it does. It is necrotic, isn't it? Yes.
Yep.
Tears away completely the flesh of the creature. What flesh lingers on its body is consumed by the inner flame that forms the spirit of the Hellhound. It now stands before you as animated fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm not moving.
Reed, your turn.
All right. I am going to try to taunt what's left of the Hellhound away from my friends. And I'm going to fire 2 radiant sunbolts at it first. My hands glow, and I just put my fist forward, shooting 2 bolts outward.
Yeah. Both are successful.
And probably don't do anything, but the point is to make contact. And as they're firing out, I yell out, "Hey, smoke for brains! Your fires couldn't light a match. Couldn't show me I'm wrong." And then take 2 steps back.
The
Hoping.
impacts of your radiant sunbolts, it looks almost like they're consumed on impact, like small debris landing on the surface of a sun. The creature seems completely unaffected by your attacks.
Well, damn, does it respond? No. Okay.
Make a performance check.
Sure.
Let's see how good your taunting is.
I don't know. I have a 0 here, so let's see. Oh!
Not bad. Over here, dummy. All right. We'll see what he decides to do. Alexis, it's your turn. We've got a coral snake clinging to life, a will-o'-the-wisp clinging to life, a Zaz clinging to life, a nearly dead basilisk, and a empowered, brutally devastating hellhound.
Don't forget the dwarf
Hey,
is
Lav?
twice his size right now.
Oh no, did he go to sleep?
And the monk is having the time of his life.
I know it's.
Oh no,
not
I'm muted.
running.
Hello, hi.
Okay.
Oh. Is it my turn?
It is.
Fuck.
I think that's a standard action.
Ha. Hardy her.
Yeah, I think we figured it out. We just need to figure out how to move that hellhound. That's our biggest issue right now.
It doesn't have to go far.
I feel like
Doesn't.
we needed like a big gust of wind to carry it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Tell me about it. How far is this? I'm gonna infest the snakes.
Okay. Take that a sneaky a snack. Take 5 points of poison damage. The bizarre insect infestation you caused there kills it. The exterior skin peels away, maggots, fleas, and larvae pour out of its body, and it immediately despawns its energy, traveling back to the water crystal.
Oh, peachy.
So we needed to kill it on the green.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. I was gonna use my turn to try and throw it and see if it'll take like bludgeon damage from hitting the crystal. But that's also cool.
I guess it is Kig's turn unless you want to move. Kig, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna bother Leo. I'm gonna move right here. I'm gonna shoot my short bow. And I'm gonna kill that basilisk, and we're gonna see what happens when one of them actually dies on the crystal.
Nice, do it.
We already did that.
Do it again.
Oh, did we? Where?
Yeah, the snakes are gone.
Yeah, but he said the power traveled back to the blue crystal.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't kill it on the crystal like the basilisk is. He was like in the middle of its area, right?
That's
It's
correct.
just the whole zone of influence, but okay.
I mean, do we? How do we know that?
The big circles on the ground.
Either way, if you can kill this basilisk, that'd be
All right.
great.
Yep.
If you kill the basilisk, then I can go help out with the hellhound.
That's a hit.
Boom. That's dead.
Oh, it really is.
Nice, good job.
23 points hit center mass. The extremely brittle, crackable shale that now makes up its exterior just gives completely way to the bow shot. The arrow goes in through the chest, out through the back, complete perforation. It has just enough wherewithal to look at the gaping hole in its chest as it collapses into just rubble. The rubble becomes green energy that zips back to the green earth crystal.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely right.
Uh,
Not something that had to happen to the crystals.
Jez's turn. We did hit on something that happens with the crystals, but they resonated with like energy.
Right.
What we didn't try ever doing is creating that resonance when something was in its opposing field.
Okay, so confirm the hellhound is actually not like a physical object at the moment. It's like a swirling vortex of fire.
That's a fair assessment.
Lovely.
It's hellhound shaped.
Not gonna lie, I think I'm kind of outmatched here, fellas, because I don't know how I punched that.
With great care.
Or you could punch the lightning guy that's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. I could do that. Yeah, I'm gonna quarterstaff the will-o'-the-wisp there. Try. Quarterstaff.
The previously incredibly dodgy, super fast will-o'-the-wisp is so slow and lethargic, being trapped here, easy to hit.
Alright, cool.
Nice.
And 12 points of damage strikes it center mass, if there was such a thing. There's one small sparkle discharge of lightning, and there's this, it just kind of dissipates into soft floating bluish white orbs, kind of like, Dan, and it zips back to its crystal home.
Alright.
Leo. Right, Jezza, you also have a move if you want to move.
Oh, well, I'm a goblin, so I don't have to worry about attacks of opportunity.
That gobbo life.
I'm gonna go over here. Next, I'm gonna go behind the crystal, actually.
I'm gonna go next to this fire hellhound, and I'm gonna swing my mandible at it, and maybe the gust of wind from it will blow it in the direction of the blue sapphire.
Do you not have like any smithing bellows?
I might have some. I don't know. Can I use that? That's actually pretty cool. Can I
Do
use
not
smithing bellows?
stoke the flames.
Can I stoke the flames in the direction of the sapphire?
Do not
If we want to view that as a narrative flourish and your intention is just to push him using a grapple, I'm fine with that. If you
Yes.
Because he's got the double the size of all his items, right?
Mhm.
Giant
so
feather.
use your athletics check.
All right. I'm still raging, so do I get advantage still?
He's also big.
No such thing as double advantage, unfortunately, but
Okay.
if there was, you would have it.
Nice.
There's
Advantage
triple advantage, though, and
plus.
you're almost
Oh
there.
no.
Just kidding.
An 11 with double advantage is not the best ever.
It's pretty bad.
Oh no!
Oh no.
The small hellhound that isn't much larger than like a Great Dane completely resists your attempts to bellows push him into the blue arena.
Dang. Next round.
It does a cackling laugh.
Oh boy.
All right, hellhound turn. Let's see if I get my thing back.
taunted.
At least it didn't say let me at him.
Here we go.
No, I needed that breath weapon, you son of a bitch.
No, you really didn't. I
All
understand there's a difference of opinion here, but you really didn't.
One, I'm gonna roll a 6-sided die. 1 is Zaz, 2 is Leo, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is Reed.
Yay! Damn it!
God damn, Zell, I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
I tried.
He is just
Holy shit.
stuck. All right, I will try to bite. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice.
Zaz, it's your turn.
Freaking, what do I do?
Can you
Can you
try the
save
push
him?
Can you
wind
grapple
thing?
it?
He's got to position himself. If you move within him, though, you won't take an attack of opportunity. You can just move around him, like right next to Leo.
Just yeah.
Nope, that's the ruler tool. We're gonna give it another shot. Hit this button.
Heading straight south on the map.
I at least want to highlight sentence on line 9. The gust disperses all gas vapor and it extinguishes candles, torches, and similar unprotected flames. And I'm not going to say I should instantly kill this thing because that'd be cheating, but I feel like this should have some amazing effect now that the thing is just unprotected flames.
You summon your gust. The wind is so extreme, you're focusing so intently on it, it starts to blow out the fire, and beneath it you can see thick black charred bone, and beneath it an almost ethereal red energy binding it all together. As the winds intensify, the flame dies way down, so it almost looks like just like a glowing blacklight skeleton of a dog whose claws are digging into the stone floor to resist being pushed towards that blue ring. This could be a turning point. Reed, it's your turn. Would you like to knock him out of that Rhine?
I would like to knock him out. I don't know how do I do that. Okay. I'm going to move to here, and is there any way to dislodge his grip?
You could try like a grapple to sort of like take his talons out of the stone floor. If you were successful there, I would give him disadvantage on his roll to resist Zell's gust.
I would definitely do that.
Let's do it. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Dex.
Make your athletics check.
Can I do it as my acrobatics instead?
Well, we both sucked. I suck slightly better than you.
Does that count as an attack towards him?
Yeah, that's your action.
Can I use an extra attack?
Nope. That only
All
happens when you use your action.
Well then, I just
you try to grapple the dog, but the dog won.
I just spit on him.
Oh yeah.
I fought the dog, but the
Spit on it.
dog won.
All right, Alexis. Reed is trying to grapple the dog. There's a torrent of wind trying to blow him into the green circle. The dog is all that remains. What does Alexis do? You might be muted.
Nope.
Okay.
Fuck if I know. Well, it's still in the super bad zone. So I guess I could just infest it and try to move it in the direction again. I'm getting a lot of use of this spell today.
When it worked well, it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
It was. I know you had to do it to not die, but it was unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. This is probably gonna push it out of the window again.
Yeah, it's like 25% chance that it ruins everything, 25% chance it's successful, and 50% it doesn't do anything.
Can I take that back?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Just
Do you have anything like Hex Bolt or something that'll give it disadvantage? Nope. Okay.
crossbolt it?
The frostbite effect bites into the charred, blackened skeleton that is still steaming as the wind gust tries to put out its flames. The frostbite itself seemingly has very little effect on the creature while it's still in its zone of empowerment.
However, it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack it makes before the end of its next turn.
Got it. Kig the Sword.
I'm just gonna heal. It's a self potion. It's a small potion that I got from when we restocked this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. I always forget how much healing.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Oh. Cool.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll take it.
All right. Jezza?
I don't think there's anything I can do. Like, I'm also kind
That's
of in Bufu, Egypt. Go team!
You can throw a health pot to Zell.
I don't have any potions.
Leo, your turn.
I want to RKO this thing. And by that I mean I want
That's the
to.
gift.
I just want to
Okay.
grapple it into the other ring, but it's going to be an RKO.
Okay.
Thank you for explaining why you linked the RKO.
Oh, did
You're
we get
welcome.
one?
I rolled a 15 for athletics.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
You're
No,
fine.
take your time.
Hopefully this dog doesn't roll better than me. Nice.
Oh, he rolled very, very poorly. I'll let you move him 2 squares in any direction.
2
with
squares
your
south.
Randy Orton.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Right into 2 squares to the south. Nice.
And the crowd goes wild!
Came out of nowhere.
My God, it came out of nowhere.
Alright, at the beginning of the Hellhound's turn, it has to make a... Zell, is it strength or do I have to make athletics? I don't remember what I'm doing.
It is a
Strength.
yeah.
Oh my lord.
It digs its
Oh boy.
talons in for one last I don't want to die push, and manages to resist the pull of the wind for this turn. This is a tenacious animal. I will then see if its breath recharges. It
My
does.
God.
It will breathe on Leo and Reed. Both of you need to make dexterity saving throws.
I'm guessing the disadvantage thing doesn't help at all.
No, it's not a weapon attack. The good news is
Ugh.
fairly low damage,
I
and
mean-
you only needed to make a 12. So
Oh, I need to roll
Worse.
dexterity?
yes, please.
Okay. I think I have advantage on dexterity rolls. I forgot what it's under. Danger
I know
sense,
you-
that's right.
D for dexterity.
Not bad. Either way.
You both take half damage. Half of 18 is 9. Leo, you're raging, so you make that 9-4.
Okay.
Damn.
Yep. Zaz?
Let's start over with I'm going to maintain concentration on the spell,
Mhm.
which means I can't do any other concentration-based things.
Correct.
Right? Okay. This is not concentration, so we're going to click this button again, and I'm going to try and toll it while it's in the circle.
The pealing thunderous bell tolls one more time, and the necrotic energy washes over him. You can see brittle fractures begin to form in its bone, fissures where that haunting, eerie, dark red light is starting to seep through its blackened, charred bones. It seems like it's only kept alive by its ability to draw on the elemental power of that redstone.
Oh, okay. Well, we're learning.
Reed.
Can I use my acrobatics this time?
Sure.
Yay! Gonna try to grapple, uplift, and toss.
What about a leg sweep? How about that one?
You can
Yes,
move him
actually, that is perfect. I'm going to try to leg sweep and knock it back.
like a proper monk.
Exactly.
Nice, I like it.
You can move him 2 squares in any direction.
Gonna move him 2 squares. So down here.
And then Reed being so small, he also gets pushed by the wind.
Whoa!
I'm like, wee!
Alexis, it's your turn. The dog is just digging deep furrows in the stone with its bony talons as it sees the end is nigh.
Alexis, all fuck you guys are running away.
I mean, I gotta be real, at this point, I'm starting to root for the poor dog.
Yeah, we've just been beating on this thing for like an hour.
Just for kits and shiggles.
Thank you.
Damn.
This is one tenacious pup.
One.
I tried.
Kick.
Yeah. I'm gonna join in with Reed, even if it kills me.
I mean, at this point, it might.
I'm gonna go over here and I want to try and just disrupt his feet, whatever. Use my sword to pry him out from the ground or whatever. What should I?
Why don't you treat it like a grapple, making athletics, and then if you do, you can push him the 1 square into the thing.
Oh. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that was on advantage. Well, it used my
Still,
normal-
21 is good, yeah.
Sweet.
Yes!
All right, it's 1 south.
Leo picked it up and dropped it heavy on the stone floor, Then Reed charged into it with his shoulder, ultimately settling on a leg sweep to try to disorientate it. With its back against the ropes, it dug in for one last push, and that's when you charge in, hitting it directly in its blind side, sneak attacking it, if you will, forcing it to stumble across that line and into the bad Venn diagram of the water gem. Immediately, the water gem flares with quenching blue energy, snuffing out its flames, and it's taken so much damage, its brittle bones just collapse. The shards and fragments left behind look sort of like a macabre campfire put out by a bucket of water. You hear it bay softly as it is absorbed into the red fire gem.
Up.
Nice, we did it.
You did
And
do it.
no one died.
Excellent.
It got real close a couple of times, but well handled. We'll deal with the fallout from this and the resolution in 2 weeks, I think, because it's very late. I know that you guys on the other side of the country are real troopers for staying up so late. I'm sorry it went long. I just wanted to get through this.
I get to get up at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours from now.
I
Go
enjoyed
to
the
sleep.
session.
Go to sleep, Lav, please.
Me too.
Lav,
Are
go
we
to
good
sleep.
for 2 weeks?
Yep.
Awesome. Good job tonight,
Sure.
everybody. That was a lot of fun.
I'd like to mention I got the puzzle right at the end, right at the beginning.
Yeah, it was very confusing. I got confused there. I do admit, because I was expecting more of like a light show, like I got from hitting the trident.
Which I also kind of got that, but I realized that we didn't really have any way to utilize that mechanic.
That's one of those things where, like, I'm not sure. Oh, good night, Lev. Get out of here. Like, I have a what I think is a clear, easily readable, like, concept in mind, but it turns out maybe it's not.
It just doesn't translate to other
Right, like,
people as well.
It was just